I'm telling you,
I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked.
I'm telling you about your team. I guarantee you he won't play him. He's going to play Euro, Delete, Maguire. He's not going to play the Butcher at Anfield. If Amrim's the coach that I think he is, he's not going to play. This is Anfield.
What's special about Anfield in terms of Amrin's kind of
football? What's so special about Anfield?
No, in terms of Amrin and what he thinks, it's nothing special for him.
It's not
so it's not a case of, it's Anfield. He played against Man City, he played against Arsenal. You're going to be wrong. I'm going to tell you right now.
I win.
Oh, look.
Bruno's even just spun him there as well.
Bruno's going over there as well. Body blue over there.
Everyone come over here, you're going to get some.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah. It's funny, Lily Phillips over there. 100 man. They're queuing up.
Where's this little sister of yours then?
She's upstairs with her boyfriend.
Oh, boyfriend and I.
Airbnb
Flashback.
And at some point, we've got to accept the referee's decision. You know, that's how I grew up. Yeah. Decision's a decision, you know. You either accept it or you don't. I've always been in the camp, you accept it. On any other day, on a fair and even playing ground, we would have won that game. Trust me, in 26 years, I've had plenty of bad ones. It is what it is. I think it's clear. Now, whether people agree with me or not, you think it wasn't handball or it was accidental or whatever, I'm just not interested in any of that discussion. It's just who we are, man. It's just who we are. It's who we're going to be until as long as I'm here.
What the fuck's that? What's that picture at the end?
Bro.
Yeah, I think he synced like a koala with Ange. What
the hell was that?
I think he mixed a koala with Ange. Hey, what's up, people? What are you telling me, man? 2.4K here, waiting. Apologies for the delay. As you can see, a man down. Steve's away, enjoying the new year out in Dubai, I believe. So, I'm not too sure if he's joining us. He did let me know he's going away, but I don't know if that meant he's not going to be on the stream. But let him enjoy his family time. And to be honest, who wants to hear from Steve when City are the only team to pick up 3 points anyway, man? It's better he misses this one.
Let's be depressed together, man. We need to
Yeah.
He would have been an annoying little, you know what I mean? So group therapy together. Look, it's amazing and lovely. Thank you for making a debut on the Skull Thuggery Productions. You know what I mean? It's been a while. It's been a while. So hey, it is what it is, man. You know, a huge loss to United. I deserve to be on the video.
Is that the first time this year? Yeah.
First time, brother. First time. Oh no.
Right.
First time.
Yeah.
First for everything. No problem.
It ain't easy. It ain't easy with Liverpool this year. You got to pick and choose your moments. You got to pick and choose the moments. I did remember you saying the Martinez thing.
Martinez one was fucking cold, man. As soon as he scored, you reminded me on the mob watching. I had to speak about him. I don't know.
Hey, listen. Show some love, people. Skull Thuggery's channel's there in the description. Not that he does much, but if you continue subscribing, then maybe it'll force him to do something. But big 2025 in store, not only for the big six, but individual channels as well. So make sure you're subscribed across the board. We're closing in on 80K on the big six. So if you're not subscribed, go subscribe. We should hit that real soon. Love for the love as always regarding the mob, quality numbers, engagement. The clips are flying around everywhere. Seems that you've enjoyed another mob watch along to start the 2025 calendar year, halfway through the season now, game week 20. But let's talk, hit that like button, and let's get into it. I mean, like I said, City are the only team to collect 3 points this week. Where do we begin? It's only right to begin at the big six fixture. SAEED smiling.
Yeah. So after that smile, you know what I'm saying?
It's a big smile as well, you know. I'm intrigued.
Relief smile. You know,
relief. Okay, relief.
Not only that, not only relief, but maybe we could have got the winner. I mean, people are saying it's offside. I didn't watch Monday Night Football. I don't know if they confirmed it was onside or offside, but yeah, man, could have got the winner. And you know what I'm saying? I did say to you, Grizz, the Butcher would start. You know what I mean? Lisandro Martinez, he would start. I said Diego Dallo will start. I just knew that there wasn't really any options, you know what I mean, apart from them two. And yeah, man, I came into it, me and Grizz were chatting, you know what I mean, pre-match and that, and he was saying, yo, we're not going to take it easy on you, you know what I'm saying? We're going to go full force on you, man. And rightly so, man, we've been playing rubbish, you know, 5 losses in 7, I believe. And I was fearing the worst, but I did want the game to be on. Like, as a lot of United fans out wanted the game cancelled, I was like, nah, just get this over and done with. And the team against the big six, well, should I say the big, hitters. Man City, they surprised us. Arsenal, for large parts of the game, I felt like we competed. And this game here, we stood toe-to-toe with Liverpool and we competed, man. And we showed desire, we showed passion, we showed great mentality, but we also played as well. Like, we didn't just let Liverpool have the ball. We were good in possession. I mean, Bruno Fernandes had an amazing game. Like, probably one of his best away performances against the Big Six. So fair play to him. Manuel Ugarte was absolutely outstanding in the midfield part. Win the ball, win the duels. Every single moment, there was situation, scenario. Brilliant in that midfield. I think the back line did well. Maguire deserves extra mention in terms of his kind of, just making sure his body was on the line, defending resolutely. Dalot, who I've been criticizing a lot, and you guys have been criticizing as well. I thought attacking-wise, he gave Trent absolute nightmares. And I know GRIZZ will talk about Trent in more detail, but I felt like for me, Dalot was one of the best games at left wing back. Not only was he attacking, but defensively, Salah didn't really do much. Let's be honest. Didn't really do much. So for me, that was excellent. And I thought even, to Lenny Euro's kind of, I know there's been bare laughter, but the way he kind of ran from one side of the box here to the other and made an outstanding tackle, that was excellent as well. So, and like I said, we had chances, man. Højlund, he's got to be back in that one. He has to be. Ahmad has to be making sure he times his run right. And then obviously you got the Maguire on the end. So we've played well, but obviously I'm with the manager. Why do we play like this now? But then against Newcastle, we got easy. Bournemouth, easy. Nottingham Forest, too easy. So you need to be playing like that against them teams. It's all good and well playing against the top six, like, away from home, Anfield, where nobody expects you to get anything. You have to do it against the teams that you expected to win. I'm sorry, but you're at home. Win them games. So that's something that Amarin was pissed off at, and rightly so. But yeah, man, I'm not saying United are back. I'm not doing all of that. You know what I'm saying? I know the chat want me to, but we're not back. But we need to build on this performance. We have to build on this. It's, again, like I said to you, it's all good and well performing here and then going back to your old ways. And that is something that the manager needs to see. So for me, good building block against one of the best teams in Europe. Forget Premier League. One of the best teams in Europe. Liverpool are on fire. Brilliant team. But ultimately, we stopped them in their tracks and we kind of shook them. They didn't expect it. So I'm buzzing for the team, but we have to build on this now, man. And yeah, man, just super kind of proud of the team for that performance, man. Can't complain.
No one did expect it across the board. I never heard anyone expecting anything other than a Liverpool win, whether small or more handsome. But yeah, 2-2 GRIZZ. How you feeling? What, one sleep on? Yeah, just yesterday.
Better. Brother Saeed summed it up fantastically. I'm not gonna lie. I was nodding in agreement. I was thinking he's gonna go a bit weird and a bit war, and I'm gonna tell him about himself. But he was right in the middle, man. Bang on. I agreed with everything. No one expected that from Man United. No one expected that performance from Liverpool. We didn't set off. Do you remember I said it in the first 10 minutes to you guys? I don't like the way they're being allowed to be played out to their fullbacks. I don't like the way they're beating our press or our attempt at our press. I said to you guys, we're going to miss Szoboszlai's pressing because he's a terminator as a press at that start, especially the opening 50. He sets the tempo and pace. Curtis Jones wasn't him yesterday. I thought tactically Amarim got it spot on. The way he utilized one of the centre-backs always to come out against the false nine or Curtis Jones every single time, almost like a man marking job to stop the flow, to stop the press. I thought it was very, very well thought out. They played much better, in my opinion. I know Liverpool fans think that we had clear-cut chances, and we did. Like, there was a spell after that opening 10 minutes, which was nothing. Then we had a 5-minute spell where I told you, look at the way we're creating chances. I got a little bit excited. We made 2-3 chances. Bang, 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 bang. Could have taken the lead. Obviously, it would have been a different game if we took the lead, but there wasn't the same momentum intensity in our play that has been there for a lot of the games, and they gradually grew with confidence, which we didn't want to do. Like, Man United were low on confidence going into that game, so more props to them. And I just didn't like the way we were set up, and obviously the individual performances stank out the gaff. Barring McAllister, Virgil, and Gravenberch, I don't think anyone had above 7. I'd give the rest 5, 6s. And that's what happens when the opposition have 8, 9s amongst their fan base. I don't know what SAEED's ratings were, but I think they were all 8, 9s. The game of the season they played. And we probably played our worst game of the season, probably Forest or this one. And yeah, well-deserved draw for them. And I guess a deserved draw for us. I don't think they deserve to win. And I don't think we deserve to win. I think it was in the end. I know Maguire, everyone's in the memory. If people clock the mob watch along, that was one of the most epic moments. It could have been crazy epic moment, but the miss made it a bit less epic, I guess. But yeah, that was mad. Obviously, it was offside looking back, but we didn't know that at the time. And our reactions were very natural and wild because that could have been a game changer for not only for Liverpool, but for Arsenal and Forest, dare I say it. So yeah, man, we just got to pick ourselves up. We've got to put this at the back of our mind. It's hard because Man United, like everyone's been beating Man United. But you know, when you're up against, I keep saying it, when you're up against a Big Six team, anything can happen on any given day because Big Six teams have Big Six players. And their Big Six players turned up for maybe the first time this season. You know, we've heard about all these players, but they haven't performed, and they performed yesterday. Our ones didn't. Our ones didn't perform. And obviously, the scrutiny and questions will be about Trent Alexander-Arnold. I'll put it out there. I thought it was a hall of, I think Toby called it a hall of shame. It was a hall of shame performance.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it was no denying it. It was an atrocious performance from the start. I was with you guys. I was saying, oh my God, his passing, because normally it's his passing when you know Trent's having a good game. And Trent's one of those guys, when he's having a bad game, for some strange reason, it's got nothing to do with the Madrid stuff. It's just that's what Trent has, stinkers. 3 games a season, Trent has stinkers. Every season, barring none. There's not been 3 games in a season where Trent hasn't had a stinker. I think it was a stinker. But the problem with Trent is when he has a stinker, his work rate seems to die.
He's not asked. It's mad.
No, Henderson has a stinker, he still tries hard. When Henderson used to have a stinker, he used to still try hard. And Liverpool fans will always appreciate you if you keep trying. But it looked like he stopped trying.
Did you see that video that I sent you?
It's not real. It's not. That's not normal. And the thing is, he keeps trying those passes. What he thinks in his head, it seems like, we don't know, but I'm guessing and I'm assuming, is like, okay, watch this. I'm going to change the game. Watch this. But when you're having a bad game, sometimes just accept your losses, humble yourself, and just work hard for the team. He doesn't do that, and he didn't do that. And it was an atrocious performance. Robertson wasn't much better on the other side, but Robertson keeps giving it 100%. Konate, and normally what happens is Konate is ferociously fit, active, and covers that side. But last 20 minutes, Konate ran out of steam. The guy hasn't played for 5 weeks, rushed straight back into this lineup. And you could tell Konate was struggling with his fitness near the end. Trent was blowing up 60 minutes into the second half. Like, it was insane. Like, this brother, like, the attitude and the design. You want to be captain of Liverpool Football Club? Like, have you ever seen Virgil that mad? Have you ever seen Virgil?
Yeah, he was fuming.
And in the end, he wasn't even mad, Tobes. In the end, he just gave him that look, like,
he was fed up.
You know that look I give SAEED when he's done too much?
Disappointed.
Yeah. No, but you know, sometimes I get angry, and then he does too much, and I just look at him. That was the look Virgil gave Trent. Like, I can't help it anymore.
Yeah.
So it was a bad day at the office.
Nah,
bad. We got a draw, and it's 1 game less where Arsenal can make up the numbers on us, if you know what I mean. Like, just 1 game gets ticked off. But yeah, we need to pick up our performance because that was not great. And I don't want to give credit too much to Man United because then it's going to think I'm gaslighting. But they were good. Amrim's, you know me, my opinions on, like, Steve's got his opinions and you lot got your opinions on Amrim. I think he's a very good coach. I think he's a very good.
He's good as
well. I feel like we had a week off as well, a week. To
train. And he mentioned it, and I thought, and Slot's been amazing, absolutely stunning so far.
Yeah.
I thought last 15 minutes he got it wrong. I said it to you lot at the time. I don't think this makes sense. I said he doesn't need to do this, guys. I don't like this.
Yeah.
And
he gave you less control. You were already struggling to control the game, and he gave you less control.
He brought on that
chaos factor.
What do you want me to call him now? What do you want me to call him? Like, I don't want to be rude. Like,
noodles.
Those
He
Ludos.
brought on the chaos. He brought on the chaos factor. It was literally like
Let's go back to the
Wild
original nickname he was given when he first
Yeah,
came.
it's the original
I
nickname.
would call him Wild Horse. He just
Wild
he was a
Horse?
Wild horse.
Wild horse, man. No, but you know when you got a wild horse, you can't control him. It's just anything and everywhere and just walk. You know what I mean? When we need nice control, you know what I mean? Endo was the substitution to make. We didn't even call it at the time. Looking back, I'm thinking, why didn't he bring on Endo in the last 10, 15 minutes? That's his James Milner, the modern day James Milner. Wataru Endo should have come on and shut up shop. We were 2-1 up. Instead, he brought on Nunes, Jota, and Elliott. Didn't make sense to me. I thought his head was a bit scrambled near the end slots. So much was going on. I think he was worried about the fan base's reaction to Trent if you hauled him off. So I think that was a difficult situation to deal with. I don't know how I would have done it, because if you haul off Trent there and he gets the squirtsy treatment, like how they booed him, then that's mad. So I think he didn't want to have that. So, but yeah, overall, I can't defend Liverpool there, man. You guys know me; I'm a defender of Liverpool. But we showed heart and desire to stay in it, but the football wasn't footballing, man. There was no structure. There was no good football. There was no control. I never felt control. Remember, I told you lot. You lot were saying, believe, man. Matisse was like, believe, this is Anfield, this is Liverpool. I never felt control. I said to you, look, we're not winning this. We're not winning this. But we got
Even when
draw.
you went up 2-1, after 2-1, you had that initial period.
I was not in control. We were not in control.
We got back into it straight away. We
were not in control. We were not in control.
It was
Man
like that the
United
whole game.
Man United always thought that they got a chance, and that's not the case. Normally, teams at Anfield, when we take the lead, I normally say to you, game over, alas, finished. Everyone sit down. I didn't say that. You lot were like, yo, man, what's going on? Believe. I was like, I'm telling you now, this game ain't feeling right. And then that fucking right at the end, man, Diallo scores that equalizer, and yeah, it is what it is.
Diallo. You know what I'm
As well. Amongst the Trent chat, you mentioned that obviously you know him better than us. He's a Liverpool player, but you mentioned you don't think it's the Real Madrid stuff having an effect. But on that stuff, we didn't get a chance to talk about it. I'll cover it last time out because we were running thin on time, much to the joy and jubilation of Matisse, who seems to want to cover it. But yeah, there's not one direct question to it, but do you think you need Trent for the remainder of the season to do what you need to do?
Yeah, great question, man.
Yes, they do.
We do, man. I'm not gonna say don't pick him because he's an elite footballer.
No, I mean taking the 25 mil and saying you just get the deal done now. That's what I meant more than not pick him.
Okay. I'm gonna put it out there. I don't think Trent wants to go in January. I don't think he wanted this situation. I think you guys know my opinion. I've told you lot in private, and I'm gonna say on the show. I think his ultimate aim, in my opinion, was to run the Madrid offer up against Liverpool and say, yeah, what you got for me as well? Like, this is what's going on. Run them off at the same time. It's got to a point now, brothers. He can't do that no more. It's got toxic. And the whole scrutiny was going to be on Trent Alexander-Arnold, because one thing's all rosy and he's doing all that and he's putting clinics against Spurs and West Ham and he gave all that, everything was rosy. It's not affecting his game. But the moment he has a stinker, we knew every man, dog, fridge, kettle was going to say, yo, you need to speak now. What's going on here? Is your head in Ala Madrid? So now
I think it's cheap though. I can't lie.
I think he's stuck now, Tobes. I don't think he envisaged. I think if he wanted to move out and go, I think he wanted to take a nice quiet exit at the end of the season, deliver them a Premier League title, and maybe the fan base is going to say, yo, he gave us a Premier League title, everything's everything. Now it's got to a point where it's hot. His head's hot. Liverpool fans' heads are hot. Arnie is the coolest man in the building right now, but he needs some clarification now, yay or nay. And to Turkish's question, I think ultimately was like, would I take the money and sell him? If he made it abundantly clear, because he hasn't, guys, we can assume and presume all day and night. But once he comes out and says, I'll see at the end of this, even if he said I'll see at the end of the season, that means he's gone. That means he's gone. But he hasn't even said that. He's just keeping his cards close to his chest. I don't think he can do that anymore.
He needs to do a Salah. He needs to do a Salah because Mo Salah, when he's speaking, Mo Salah,
He's putting it on FSG.
Yeah.
He's putting it on FSG.
Salah's sticking it onto the club.
Sticking it on them.
He's literally gluing it all over the club. And also he's saying, you know what? I want, like, Salah, when you hear him speak, he said, I want to win with Liverpool. Like, I want to make this season like memorable. And I feel like Trent should probably do the same. We all know that he's leaving. I personally think he's leaving anyway. But I think if he was to come out and say, you know what, my head's in the game, I don't want to talk about my future now. I want to actually give what I can to Liverpool from now until the end of the season, and I want us to win the league title. And then I sort my future once the season is done.
No,
I think
no.
What do you mean no?
This is where no, because Salah. The difference is Salah has said, "I have no offer. I'm waiting."
Yeah.
Salah is waiting for the contract offer. So all Liverpool fans know this, and now he's putting pressure on FSG. Trent,
no, Salah has an offer. Salah said
he wants a better offer.
Except he doesn't accept it yet.
Yeah, exactly.
He wants
That's
more,
different.
Okay, but can I tell you?
Hold on,
so
Liverpool.
what changes?
Liverpool could present an offer to Trent, and even if it's the offer now Trent wants, he's still thinking about Madrid. Salah doesn't have a contract offer from Madrid. Van Dijk doesn't have a contract offer from Madrid. So the way that they play it is a little bit different to Trent, because Trent, if he wants to go to Madrid, he can't come out and say, "Well, you know, I'm waiting for Liverpool to make their move." Liverpool already made that. Yeah, that kills Madrid. So if Liverpool have already made their move, and you don't want to kill the Madrid link, then you have to be quiet.
Because he's tried to be extra clever, though. He's tried to be, him and his brother and his agents and people have tried to be extra clever. That's why the reason they've tried to keep it hush-hush. So the majority of the fan base in the world don't know what's going on. What they've tried to do is use the Madrid. They have, of course they know about the Madrid interest. I'm not naive and I'm not a kid saying, nah. That's Madrid doing the dirty tricks campaign. Madrid know, but Madrid have muddied the waters because I don't think he anticipated this.
100%.
They don't care though, Madrid though. They like this anarchy.
Check this one out though, guys. If Trent has told them, I'm coming to you lot, and I'm coming to you lot for free at the end of the summer, like Mbappe was, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Why are they wanting to pay a fee? Now, I know they need a fullback, but Trent's camp don't want him going in January because they want that 40-50 million pound signing on fee.
Exactly.
So just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you making a bid and giving Liverpool 25-30 million? That's our money. Madrid don't give a shit. Madrid want to pay that 30 million, whether it's a signing on fee or it's an early fee in January. But this is
same money to them.
But same money to them. But this is muddied the waters for Trent and his people. So this is what I think he's got to come to a conclusion very swiftly, because he's won another Hall of Shame performance from becoming very, very distasteful and toxic. And it's not only a Liverpool thing, guys. All of our fan base would be the same. So don't say, "Oh, Liverpool," we would all do the same in that scenario.
That's why I ask: does the risk, is the risk worth it at this moment in time, considering it could have an impact dark cloud wise rest of the season?
100% it can.
It
all depends on him. It all depends on him. If he gives clarification, to be honest with you, we as fans, we can get what's the word? Like when we want too much.
Emotionally attached.
No. When we want too much, to know too much. Entitled. Sometimes we can be too entitled. As long as the ownership and Slot knows his intentions, I'm calm with it. Do you get what I'm saying? So if he's told Slot, listen, work with me, innit? You see them films? Work with me. I'm trying to get the best deal of my club. Work with me. I'm staying. I'm calm without him telling us Slot. We don't really need to know, because that won't affect his performances in his head. But if he tells Slot, brother, I'm Gonski, then you're right, Turkish. A decision has to be made whether we risk selling him now and playing.
Hold on. This is the thing. I don't think he can give clarification until the January window is shut. Because if he says now that he's going and he's going to sign a pre-agreement, then you guys are going to accept the offer, like you just said, and then he's not going to get his agent fee money. What he needs to do is get to February when the window closes, and then if he was to say, I'm signing a pre-contract with Madrid, then it puts Liverpool in a position of the window's closed. Now, do you want me to help you win the Champions League in the Premier League, or do you want to go with Conor Bradley? You're going to lose those crosses. You're going to lose those passes. The thing with this situation is that for me, you guys, you've got the pros of Trent's quality, like you said, but the big con of that Liverpool fan base getting very toxic. Remember, you guys are a very emotionally invested fan base. Like other fan bases, they'll sit back and say, you know, I can't be arsed. You guys will take it to that level. And that might be to your detriment because you just saw Trent. He's capable of winning you games and losing you games. For me, he lost you that game. Because if he's playing at his level, we're not just talking about defending at this point. The passing, the amount of times he was giving the ball away, was putting you guys in so much jeopardy. He can win you and lose you. So I don't know, man.
Liverpool, you don't need the money though, Grizz, right? You don't need the money.
This is what I don't get. This is what I don't get. What is 25 million to Liverpool in comparison to a Premier League title? It's nothing, bro.
They ain't gonna spend it anyway.
I tell you what. For me, it's not a money thing. You know how I talk about you guys and your clubs and structures and morals and setting standards and guidelines, yeah? It's one of them ones. Because if a man doesn't want to be at my football club, right? Doesn't matter if it's Trent or if it's Salah or if it's Virgil, if he openly says or tells the club, I want to go Madrid, then there needs to be a decision made. I'm not one of these guys. Call me, again, emotionally reactionary. Call me whatever you want. I don't want that person at my club. I definitely don't want him having the glory, the possible glory. Yeah, I'm like that.
Grizz,
because that's me personally.
Okay, I know it's you personally, but here's my devil's advocate, right? Greater players than Trent have basically initiated moves away from their boyhood club. Steven Gerrard was inches away from leaving Liverpool to go to Chelsea. Okay, he didn't do it, but he was close. Wayne Rooney came out and said he wanted to leave Man United for Chelsea. The same Wayne Rooney then went on and scored a bicycle kick against Man City and went on to be one of Man United's key players en route to clinching a title. The point I'm making is, I get your point. There's emotion involved, but ultimately we have to look at the bigger picture. Liverpool are going for a title. Like, are you really going to cut off your nose? What's the term? Cut off your nose to spite your face.
That's the only thing that could.
That one is natural. One sec, my final point. And are you really going to do it with a guy who is literally a local boy? This isn't like a player you bought. This is a local boy who served the club well.
Yep.
He's leaving the club at 27, and he's giving you
26.
Tremendous service, bro.
Can I just add to this point?
I hear all of that, but look, we saw his performance yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't want his legacy to be totally smashed to smithereens, right? If he continues to put in performances like that, because automatically the mindset of every fan will be, oh, Madrid. Every time he puts in a stinker, right now, every time he puts in a stinker, I'm telling you, he has 3 of this season.
But then, go on, you go with Matisse.
Grizz, I'll be honest, yeah. Liverpool, you are control of your own destiny this season. You either going to win this league or you're going to lose it for yourselves. Arsenal are not good enough currently to come and catch you. The only way you're not going to win this league is if you fumble the bag and you guys lose it for yourselves. And if you guys abuse Trent, you're going to get more of those performances. Trent is not one of those players that's going to look back at the crowd and bark. He's a little bit introverted. He's not like a Gerrard or a Rooney.
We saw his face.
He's going to collapse. He's going to collapse. So if you lot continue to go after him online, and this is more to your own fan base, you lot could cost yourself the Premier League. You could cost yourself your Premier League because of your own angers towards Trent. And you need to remember where this all started. It started with FSG. It started with FSG not offering him energy earlier. It started with FSG not investing in the summer when he was looking for improvement in this squad to go for the league, to go for the Champions League. This all starts from FSG. So if you lot go and abuse your academy product who served you, he's never missed training, he's never been late, he's never not put the performances in. If you're going to go and abuse your own academy product for 1 6-month spell and cost yourself the title, that will be on you lot. I'll be real, because
first and foremost, I'm not condoning any form of abuse, but there has to be a level of criticism, especially at your vice captain, your homegrown, in the biggest game of the season against your fiercest rivals. You want to be captain, and you're making the captain shout and bellow you like that. No abuse, no online abuse, none of that. He needs to make a decision. I am not saying, by the way, guys, I am not saying he's not allowed to go Madrid. No, he must stay. Brother, come on. It's 2024, 25 now. Sorry, he's allowed to go where he wants. He makes his decision for his family, his life. But don't leave big Liverpool in the lurch. For me, Liverpool is the ultimate, not Trent Alexander-Arnold. For me, don't play us. Go. Tell us, be open. And then, and what I'm saying is then we have a decision to make. Do you get it? I don't want him to put, like what you said, Matisse. I agree with you. I think his plan was to leave it late, and go into February. Yeah. I don't think he will survive. January in terms of without coming and making it open. I don't think.
Can I just say that? Can I just say that?
Something has to come out.
Potentially, yeah. I do think maybe he does need to come out and say something. But I'm 100% with Matisse on like the ripple effect, the negativity from your fan base towards him will have on his performances. Because let's look at that game yesterday. Like I know you don't believe it, but I could. Almost every single football fan could see what was going to happen if he has, and now it's going to be the pattern for any single bad game he has. Any bad game he has, his head's not in it. No, we've seen Trent have games like that before. We've actually seen him have stinkers like that before. And spoiler alert, he wasn't even like he was the worst player on the pitch, but he wasn't the only bad performer yesterday. He wasn't the only bad performer in the Liverpool shirt yesterday, right? So I think. There needs to be some
standout.
He was a standout.
Of course, he was. That's why I said he's the worst, but I said he's not the only bad performer. All I'm saying is that there needs to be grace given, man. There needs to be grace given. Like I understand the difficulty. No Liverpool fan is going to be happy losing one of their best players in recent years for free. But there has to be a thing called loyalty, man. I know you're Liverpool fans. I know you've won it. I haven't won it. But there has to be a thing called loyalty. Sorry,
both ways, though, man. That works both ways, though, man.
You say it works both ways. He's 27 years old. Yeah. So do you not think that he's given Liverpool enough?
I think GRIZZ is even being too nice. Maybe this is what Arsenal have done to me in the last 20 years, but I don't need you to tell me you're moving on if you're going into the last year of your contract. That's so loud. I don't know who needs to hear it. But
it's not just him, though. It's Van Dijk and Salah's moving.
Yeah, it's loud. It's loud, and none of them are sorted. I mean, as much as Van Dijk's one is quiet right at this moment in time, you know, we've seen. Look at the Ozil Sanchez situation, for example. Ozil quietly went under the radar when both was demanding big money, and then when Sanchez took all the heat, being the bad guy, Ozil was the nice guy who took the new contract under the radar. He put the same pressure on the club that Sanchez did, but he came out the better looking for Arsenal fans. But none of them are sorted. And Trent in particular, I think we're being too nice. Like,
no, but the reason I disagree with you, bro.
Tell the club a year ago. Tell the club a year ago, I've done what I need to do here. Like it's time to seek passion.
I agree. But hold on, he might not have decided a year ago. People need to be okay with people changing their mind.
100%.
If Van Dijk and Salah were a couple of years younger and Real Madrid were interested in them, would we still be looking at them with the same rose-tinted glasses we're looking at them now? The only reason why they're not under pressure is because no club is interested. If Van Dijk had Real Madrid to pull against Liverpool and Salah had Real Madrid to pull against Liverpool, what would we be doing? Hold on, we're saying 3 snakes.
Guys, and Salah have big offers. Trust me, there's teams.
Yeah, from Saudi, bro.
Are you lot insane? You lot feel
I don't agree with you.
But nothing's come out. Nothing's come out, though.
It doesn't matter if it's come out, bro. You guys
nothing's come out, bro.
This is the best player in the Premier League.
They might, but there's nothing out there.
And you're saying only Saudi Arabia wants it.
Yeah, but you're not talking about it.
It doesn't matter, though. Forget the
Virgil.
This is what I'm saying.
Okay,
Salah's been.
Brothers, let me give you my final theory before we move on, hopefully. Yeah. I think Trent's mind was made up at the end of last season. That
of course it was.
He's gone. Yeah, he wants out. Yeah. But he didn't tell the club and he kept it quiet. You know, when Klopp was gone, he was gone. Because Klopp was all he knew, right? Blah, blah, blah. Then I think he wanted to see how it goes under Slot and see what's going on. What's he got for me? What plans he's got for the team? How are we going to do? I genuinely think, this sounds crazy, but I think he didn't anticipate this level of success and we're on the verge of hopefully winning a title. I think he's stuck now, guys. In my humble opinion, I think he's confused like now because his mind was made up and now he's thinking, I didn't need this. This is mad, right? So
even as I said, that though, it's better for him. What's going on? If Liverpool did collapse and he's going on free, it's even worse.
As I said, I think his mind has been changed and swayed. I just think it needs.
You got to remember, Chris, the Klopp thing is what the Klopp leaving will have changed everything. Because had Klopp still been here, I reckon all three would be looking to sign and knowing that they've got someone. But obviously,
this is
Slot.
You're right.
Yeah.
Look, what people need to know, and people get bored with background and context, but that's what it's about Liverpool. You have to remember, we had a Michael Edwards who left the club. We had a new sporting director just about when the new contract renewals should have been done. All these contract renewals should have been done 2 years ago. But then you got to remember Michael Edwards, after Michael Edwards, there was Julian Ward, who came in and left at the same time as well after 6 months. You got to remember then a random George Schmacker came in on Klopp's advice. You got to remember these players needed to know what the future held for Liverpool. Our owners wanted to sell. Remember, Ornstein came out with Liverpool want to sell, FSG want to sell. Ornstein's not a joke thing. Ornstein done his research, but then Liverpool didn't sell. So these top players need to know what the future holds for the Liverpool Football Club for their futures before they agree to their last final deals. So there was much confusion, much mayhem. We were ran awfully behind the scenes for the last 18 months, and it's culminated in this mess. So it's not just Trent's fault, and it's not Salah's and Virgil's fault. Ultimately, it's the owner's fault that they've created this mess for themselves. And ultimately, it's the owners that I'm going to have to, whether they like it or they don't, and we know they don't, they're going to have to fork out and show them the money.
100%. And sorry, just on the ownership point though, like I think again, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I think it goes both ways, right? They messed up for all those reasons that you stated in the summer prior, right? And now they've, for whatever reason, they've let Trent's contract get to the point that it's got to. But on the flip side, Trent Alexander-Arnold probably backs himself to be, he wants to be, I want to earn this money, this money, this money, this money. But you've got Salah who's trying to earn this money. You've got Virgil who's trying to earn this money. And with all due respect, as fantastic as Trent is, like Liverpool FC are not going to make a right back their highest paid player. They're not. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. So like, I don't see this as like this. I don't see this as a relationship that needs to turn toxic. I see it as, unfortunately, football. This is part and parcel of football. Trent Alexander-Arnold is at a stage in his career where he feels he can earn more money elsewhere and he can play for the biggest club in world football. And Liverpool, as a football club, should not really be held to ransom to give a right back the biggest pay packet of their club. So that's why I'm looking at both sides to it, right? So there's rumors that Trent hasn't received an offer, etc., etc. But even if, let's say, he did receive an offer, like if the offer's not met what he's able to earn as a free agent at Real Madrid and Liverpool don't want to pay him that, then it is what it is. It really is what it is. It doesn't. My point is, this doesn't need to turn toxic. I don't know why I'm saying this.
I agree. No, I agree with you.
Like, it doesn't need to turn toxic.
It doesn't need to turn toxic. But this is why I go back to what TURKISH said. It doesn't need to be toxic.
Doesn't need to be sorted
unless,
out.
That's it.
That's it. The only thing is only if you're happy, not happy, only if you're able to accept the outcome of him telling you, I want to go to Madrid. I don't think all your fan base can.
No problem.
And my thing is, what I feel for him is, how else would he engineer a move to Real Madrid if that was something he wanted to do in a career where he said, okay, I need more motivation, I need something fresh, I want to go to Madrid. They need a right back. If I don't go now, Liverpool, if I sign a new contract, Liverpool, they could ask for 100 million. Real Madrid could say, no, we're going to go and get a cheaper right back for the next decade. Next thing you know, your once in a lifetime opportunity is gone. Yeah, gone.
Matisse, I hear all of that. And
how else did he engineer it? Harry Kane was promised he could get a move at Tottenham how many times? Look at him. Look at him.
Bro.
But you're getting to the point now. I agree with what you're saying. There is no many other ways.
No.
Isn't that a bit cheeky though?
Cheeky for who?
From Trent to do that to Liverpool, his boy club. That's the point. Some Liverpool fans will look at it like that way, bro.
It might be cheeky it might be cheeky if you're looking at it from an emotional standpoint, from a business standpoint. If your employers,
it's not cheeky at all.
If your employers, you need to look at it from a business standpoint. Your employers have been pissing about with your money.
I don't know why they're on FSG, man.
Your employers have been pissing about with your money for years, bro.
Let me tell you, he's had offers of contract renewals for the last 18 months, and he's been refusing them. He's refused, according to what I know.
He doesn't feel valued.
According to what I know, no, Saeed, there's two ways of looking at it. Either he doesn't feel valued, or he wants out.
Sorry,
you get it? So he's refused 3 contract offers.
This, man. I need video
evidence. If he wants out, all I'm saying is, if he wants out, he needs to just say, yo. And he doesn't need to tell us. He needs to tell the people that are asking him, I want out. And that's it. And I'm okay with that, by the way. I'm okay with that.
Alan Madrid. I told you 6 months ago, Alan Madrid anyway. ITK. Follow me on Twitter.
It's going to hit like crack all 3.
Oh, you still think he's signing? You're going to find out.
You're not finished when all 3 sign.
All right. Also, I know we want to move on from this conversation, but I just want to say,
Why don't you want to move on? Stop
No.
it.
I said I know we want to move on, but more off Trent. But I just want to say, yeah, Mo Salah has played an absolute blinder this season.
Of course.
It's literally, it's for that photo he posted.
That photo
on Twitter.
today.
That was nasty.
This is 4D.
That was
You know,
nasty.
this is
Football
chess, not
heritage.
checkers,
What did
bro.
he post?
This is
Where did he post it?
chess, not
Twitter.
checkers, bro.
Two
Twitter.
tweets.
Check it on
Tubes.
Twitter. Check it on. Look at
He
his
posted.
tweet.
He posted a photo of himself.
Today he's
Trent.
lit up Twitter
Trent
twice.
and
Listen,
Van
I don't
Dijk.
like. By the way, I don't like this. You know.
No, it's brilliant. It's no, Grizz.
I
We love
think
it.
it's
We love
brilliant.
it. We love
No,
it.
you don't love it.
He's
And it
posted
was-
a picture of him and Trent standing over the free kick with Van Dijk in the
With Van
background.
Dijk in the back.
It's got so many meanings because Van Dijk was
Nah,
barking
man.
at Trent all game, and then it's like him and Trent standing together in unison, like, "No, give us our money." And then you've got the clap back to Jamie Carragher as well.
Oh,
this
shit, I haven't seen this one.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Oh, damn.
You ain't seen it, so you just see it
Well, I haven't
outside.
seen this. When did this come
Because it
out?
looks like, because it looks
It
like
came
you're-
out earlier today,
I'm
bro.
starting to think you're obsessed with me. Oh, shit.
Wait, what?
It's banner because
You haven't seen this?
There's another one. There's another one, man.
Carragher's replied.
So
I thought it was a fake account.
He's
You know what
a
it is? Not fake account.
No, it's
Yeah.
real, bro. It's real.
Carragher's
You're
replied.
weird, you know.
Carragher's replied. I've always been obsessed with you, and I hope I'm obsessed with you. And I
Nah,
hope I'm
that's
continue to
begging
be
it, man.
obsessed with
No.
Hopefully the
Salah's
obsession
a
will
changed
continue
man,
next
though.
season.
you. Yeah,
This is-
brother.
This is
I'm
out of
telling you,
character. This is out of, and there's a thin line here because I can only put the OGs in this thing, but I can't lie. There's a bit of he's strict.
Nah, Mo Salah.
He's being honest,
top.
but there's a certain level of stringing fans on here that as well that you've got to kind of play that. You know, there's a balance to it all.
I agree.
You know, he's being a bit cheeky, and that picture, I can't lie to you, in a time when if it was Arsenal and it's
If it was-
Vieira, Henry, and Sol
I
Campbell,
agree.
let's say.
If it was
I-
Trent,
I'd be
if it
like,
was
what
Trent,
the fuck you posting this for?
if it
bruv?
was
Who's
Trent,
Wow.
do you get what I'm
Because-
saying? Like
but-
Salah's kind of playing it.
Yeah, but he's not playing the fans. He's playing the club because he wants his money.
Yeah,
not
but
playing the
but there's a
He's
fan.
using
The
the
club,
fan-
the
he's
fans
using
are
the
the club
fan
like,
base.
as well. Like the fans believe they are the club. You know, so it's a slap in the face. That putting that picture up is kind of like.
It's
Hey,
bro. He's creating.
Mind your own kind of thing, like sort yourself out, brother. Like
The only thing I'm gonna say though, and I agree with you, Turkish.
Listen,
overall-
pay him his money. Simple.
Hold on. We're gonna end it with this one. The only thing though, Turkey, and I agree with what Turkey said. I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like it being played out in public. Yeah,
I love it.
but the only thing that will smash it, I'm telling you now, innit, is if they all three sign.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Then Salah has played
Yeah.
the maddest chess move.
Then the
for
picture
everyone.
becomes
Iconic.
my
Yeah,
guy.
iconic.
Yeah.
Iconic.
Not
But
happening.
right
Yeah.
now, it looks like
We will be there.
Not happening.
I will be there.
It's definitely not happening.
Great,
It's
Grizz.
definitely not happening.
If Trent goes to Madrid, you need to tweet me saying follow the new ITK.
And
Yeah.
me as well. And me.
I think Van Dijk's played as much of a blind as anyone.
99% of people think Trent's gone. Why am I gonna just pick out?
I called this.
Because you told us that
I
he was
called
gonna
this
sign a
long
new deal.
time.
99%
he
of
was
the
gonna sign a new deal.
journalists, of the ITKs, of the ex-players.
No,
pundits,
no.
everyone-
He was
everyone
staying.
thinks he's gone.
I was here first. I was here
Last
first.
man standing. Chris Khan, last man standing. That's what I'm saying.
So no one predicted he was staying. Trent and Salah and all
Everyone
of that.
thinks he's gone.
Wow.
No, Salah and Virgil pretty much
Yeah.
are there. It's
Great.
the Trent. And that's why Salah's doing all this. He knows he's staying. He wouldn't be
It's
playing-
mad because
he wouldn't be doing all this jokey and laughing if he was going because he knows.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
mad because before a ball was kicked, when we were talking about this in the summer, my thinking was Trent and Virgil would sign new deals and it would be Salah that would leave. Now it actually, I expect Liverpool will pay Salah what he wants. It's
Can I answer these pussios are saying Grizz is paid by FSG? Which part of this is FSG's fault? Do you understand, you pussio, you number?
We want
No, but which part? Hold on.
Aye, company man.
Give me
No,
something.
no. Which part did they say? Which part
Box
did you not hear
man,
that part?
company man.
Let me
FS
fight back. Let me
FS
fight
Grizz,
back.
that's what they call
Give me
you.
so,
FS
man. Give me
Grizz.
so, Grizz, man.
Let me
FSG.
fight back. Which part of FSG are the problem that this is the situation that caused? Which part they didn't understand that part?
Head loss.
Brothers, man, it's not head loss, man. It's fact check.
Guys, he's been eating too many prawns in the boxes, man. Got to get him out of there. Get back on the
Yeah,
road.
man. Yo, listen, corporate Grizz, man.
Get back in
Yeah,
Leighton, man.
yeah.
Get back to the chicken shop, man. Stop
Yeah,
this
rush.
foolishness.
Man, like FS Grizz, you know, it's all mad.
FS
isn't it?
Grizz.
FS Grizz is
It's all
crazy.
Insane. Let me get the super chats in anyway. We're 45 minutes on the clock, 6.5k here. Ravi said, Curtis Jones has been poor lately. Why does our number 10 have the highest pass accuracy in the whole Prem? The next 4 are centre-backs. Szoboszlai is crucial for us. And he goes on to say, Robertson now makes a mistake which either leads to a big chance or concede in every game. A liability now, and we must start Costas before it's too late.
Robertson can't play 3 times a week or 2 times a week. Robertson's only good for 1 game a week. Hands up. It's true. It does. Age catches up, and he's done a lot of mileage, as we all know. The roles he's played in the last 5-6 years catches up with you, brother. He's been a machine for us, but that machine, and I mean, you only use that Hoover once a week now. If you use it too many times, ain't picking up no dust.
LFC bad. I hope you're good, my bro. United deserve to win, he said. You can tell us hold if you are one of the teams that managed to capitalize. Then fair enough. But if you drew 2, what's the point? Red Devil Rebel says, every time you lot are late, the community gain 3 points in the season. We, as the community, would definitely be top. Pause with all the lateness. Big up the panel and the chat.
You get his point.
Yeah, they would be. They would be. Actually, no, this one's Spurs related. Nev Talk says, Ruben managed to get a week's worth of training with the team and he went toe-to-toe with the best team in the league. Watch what he does with time, my guy. Red Devil Rebel again said, save this. Don't think they will, but if Liverpool bottle this, we will be there. Ugarte was class. The ball he gave before it went to Ahmad.
No, he's just saying we will be there as in we're going to laugh at you lot.
Okay.
Let me correct my people. You know what I'm saying?
You can only...
I clocked it. Yeah.
I was going to say, because I thought, wow, bro, like, deep, man. He's saying in terms of, yeah. We will, man. We will.
I don't think you should be too much. I think you should shush.
Yeah. Big up the box of oranges. I don't think it has to do with Madrid. Trent just regularly pulls these defensive stinkers. United could have prime Messi on the right and they still would have fed it to Dalot for 90 minutes. It's all mad. JJ, big up. Just Salah's obsessed with winning the Ballon d'Or and being recognized as officially the best player in the world. He's after international legacy and he deserves it. KSA, next chapter for pre-retirement.
He's not ready for Saudi yet, man.
Nah, he's too good for that right now.
Don't distract him like that, man.
Omar says, I'm a Liverpool fan. I don't get the entitlement with Trent. We have a Prem to win. What is this? He can go in Jan business. He had 1 bad game.
Facts.
At the moment, it's facts. But if it turns into 2-3 bad games and derails our season,
if it turns into 5, 6, 7 bad games, then we can talk.
We have a problem. We have a problem.
I mean,
the window will be closed by the time it gets 6-7. So don't worry.
Next.
Yeah, but Conor Bradley's there. You saw Conor Bradley's little cameo. If he scored that winner, that would have been the most him moment ever. Yeah, Conor Bradley nutmegging Dalot, and then that would have been mad.
It wasn't nutmeg, but yeah.
Come on. They talking about Conor Bradley when you got Trent at home, man. Come on, man. Come on.
For long, Tobes, not for long.
Don't let me talk about it. You don't know Conor Bradley. Shush.
Trent about to be a takeaway.
Come on, man. We're talking Trent.
The Irish brother is a warrior. Don't talk about
I like him.
He is, but he's not Trent.
Good. Yeah, of course he's not Trent. They'll never be able to replace Trent.
Man. Tell him about that Real Madrid performance, Chris, man. You don't know, man.
Bro, he ate Mbappe, bro.
Yaga says Liverpool should avoid title races anyway. They only win when everyone else collapses. The moment there's competition, they disappear like clockwork. IBN says, big man, we need to have the conversation of American owners cooking clubs. Glazers, FSG, Kroenke, and Spurs shaking for American owners too. Big mistake.
That's a whole different conversation.
I feel like we need to be separate from everyone, man. Our owners.
Shut up.
You know what I mean? But your owners compared to, come on, man. Ours has crippled that club, man, with debt and just
Jill No said Robertson's fall off cements Ashley Cole's legacy as the best left back in Prem history. Cole fell off at 33, Robertson 30. I don't think that was
I don't think it was
ever that, but Robertson, he deserves his flowers.
Robertson's he was never toppling Cole.
That's why it's on the club and Slot and the owners to replace him nice and early, because I don't want to see Robertson slandered like this, man. He's a legend of the Premier League, man. He's been an immense fullback.
Agree.
It's not his fault that he can't, you know what I mean? His legs.
Where does he rank? Ashley
we know.
Cole.
But there's some
Oh,
top
yeah,
left
Ashley
backs,
Cole
man.
first.
Evra, Dennis Irwin.
Who's Evra, Dennis Irwin.
I don't care who's second. Just Ashley Cole's first. That's
I hear that.
Ashley Cole, yeah, Ashley Cole.
Yeah, that's fair.
Robertson is 7 million from Hull. Are you not mad?
Yeah, yeah, no, he's up there.
He's up there. Don't get me wrong.
Can't name. I don't think you can't name 10 left.
No, you can't. I don't think you can name
No,
5,
he's
bro. I don't
top
think you can
five.
name
He's
5.
top
Yeah,
five.
you've probably even struggled with 5. Yeah,
He's top 5.
Yeah, yeah.
No, you can get 5.
No, he's top 5 for me.
name 5. Name 5. Cole.
Cole's. You can say
Evra.
Evra, Irwin.
Evra.
Dennis
contender,
Irwin.
yeah.
There's no Arsenal ones in there.
Owen is an heritage
Cole.
pick. I didn't really
Nah.
You can have him there. Fine. Next,
There's no other Chelsea ones in there. There's no other Liverpool.
unless you're saying maybe like 1 season of Aspilicueta at left back. No, not over Robertson.
No.
Nah.
Top 3, brothers.
He's top
Yeah.
5. He's top
Three,
5.
four.
And then the only other name I'd mention is probably like Leighton Baines. I think he was cold as well.
Leighton Baines is a shout.
Yeah, but not
So-
above Robertson.
Shut up,
Not
shout,
above
man.
Yeah, but that's I'm not saying about.
Yeah, I know you're not.
saying
Saeed was ready to say it. Saeed.
I know.
I said Leighton Baines is a shout. I said it's a
This is why I'll
shout.
give you the Virgil van Dijk look.
Don't take the piss out of Robertson, please.
Yeah, so Robertson is in
That's
Robertson is in
yeah.
the top 5.
He's second in my eyes.
Top
Behind
5.
Cole.
Listen, top 5.
Mm.
100%. People are
And
saying
this-
stack up.
Nigel Winterburn, man. What are you saying?
GJ says, which owners are worse, FSG, ENIC, or the Cronkays? Seems likely the
They're
others
not-
have a better net spend.
You cannot compare FSG to the others. FSG have enabled us to probably win 2nd Premier
This
League
is
title,
jokes. It's ENIC.
3 Champions League finals,
Yeah, you can't compare.
3 league titles, that 3 90+ point seasons, every title, every cup under the sun, all in the dominant era of Man City that no one else has come close to. So how can you compare FSG's ownership to the others?
Yeah,
That's
there's
all I'm going to
levels.
say.
One
And that's
owner.
me being a okay. We've literally been the only fighting force and won stuff. Like who else can say 2 Premier Leagues, Champions Leagues?
Don't even
in
bother with that.
the era?
ENIC are far worse than FSG.
You can't
They're worse
compare
than
them,
FSG.
man.
They're worse than the Cronkies.
It's apples and bread.
Yeah, I'd argue that on another day. Can't be
Yeah,
able
of
to
course
do
you
that.
would. Why wouldn't you?
Oh, let's not do that today, please.
Yeah, it's long for today. It's long. But,
Yeah,
but
let's do it another day.
You two can have a debate like your own thing, just studio. And,
I'm-
do a head-to-head. I'll sit in the middle. Do like a
who's the
boxing.
worst owners and just have me and him on the
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah.
It's definitely Spurs, man. It's not even a question.
Bro,
It is a question.
Only,
Bro,
only
you
he
lot,
thinks otherwise.
you lot talk rubbish, bro.
No,
Only he-
man.
I thought we weren't doing it today, so
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
But Grizz shouldn't throw fuel into the fire, mate. Don't do that.
He's
Don't do
speaking
that.
facts. It's not
Stop.
fuel, it's facts.
Stop.
I'm
This
not
is like
bigging
bringing.
them up,
This is
though.
like
I'm
bringing up Pogba. This is like bringing up Pogba, Grizz.
I'm not
Just
bigging
leave it.
up Cronkays though. I'm not bigging up Cronkays though.
I know,
I'm
but-
just shitting on Spurs owners
Let's just leave it, man.
Wow.
Arsenal are
And
a
the-
bigger club than Tottenham. They
and the
were before.
Glazers. And the
They were-
Glazers.
they
You ain't
were
getting away with shit.
That's what I said. I said we're separate from you, man. Like, you know, we're the worst.
Just leave it.
Yeah, you're not, but it's okay.
Leave it.
Are you kidding me, bro?
I'm
You're
not,
right.
bro.
He's mental. He's mental. Just ignore him, bro. Ignore him.
Yeah, Clay. Oh, come on, these men are paying 300 bags left, right, and centre, buying player
Bro,
after
what
player.
you
and
mean?
you
That's
man
the,
saying
that's the
Glazers.
problem. We shouldn't be doing that.
Oh, bro, you shouldn't be doing that. You're
Putting that
dancing every
club-
summer for players.
They
We
literally
shouldn't
not
be
put
doing that.
any money
With the
into
flag. With the flag.
With the flag,
roof is
bro. What are you
leaking.
saying? We shouldn't be
We got
doing
rats in the stadium, bro. You see what? Like, come on, bro.
bro. Win games, bro. Forget the rats, bro. Just win the like. That's the mate. You can't bring
Bro,
rats up and talk about the owners.
how many
We got
managers, how
infestation, bro.
many-
We got roaches. It's the owners. Like, what the fuck?
Bro, nah. Listen, let's get this debate sorted, man.
Yeah. Don't worry. we
Yeah,
will.
let's.
Let's add Saeed to that as well. That's
Yeah.
that's a good piece of content coming soon, people. We'll get that done in person. All right, cool. Liverpool United out of the way. Might as well go into Arsenal next, considering I don't know if the term title race is even relevant anymore. I think me and Matisse both said title races don't start until February, but at this moment in time, no one bar Forest seemed to be capitalizing on any points dropped from Liverpool. So I forgot about them. They've made 2 points inroads now. Same points as Arsenal, but yeah, obviously were 6 points behind Liverpool still. It's a shame how our season's turning out in the Premier League. And, you know, it's funny we talk about ownership. I mean, am I right in saying that this January is probably the January Arsenal need to move in more than any other in the past few years. So I guess we will all find out how ambitious this club is, this ownership is, maybe this manager is, whoever's involved in the decision making. Because you look at our team and you add Nwaneri now onto that list of injuries, and the attack is in dire need. I mean, individually, Trossard, Havertz, Jesus, who's striking fear into the opponent. So we've got a big week coming up. We've got Newcastle, Carabao, Man United, FA Cup, and Tottenham in the league. Yeah, season defining in some ways, remain in the cup competitions. You get knocked out of it, your season's getting defined real quick. And then a big North London derby where every point we drop now, it feels like the title's gone. Obviously, Liverpool follow it up with points dropped of their own, so it still gives it that life. But without movement in the transfer window, I can't really see us or our fortunes up front improving, because it's just very stale. There's a lack of options. Nwaneri was a bright spark, but he was also doubled up on a lot in that game, which kind of shows how thin we are in threats. Because as soon as Saka's off, as a 17-year-old, the one getting doubled up on, Martinelli, Trossard, Jesus, etc. It's not, and I know Jesus is up top, but what I mean is the attention of the defenders are more orientated down to that side, even regardless of Saka not being there, Nwaneri being there. He picks up a nice goal, good movement in that build-up, Marino and Partey involved. But other than that, people, I mean, I know the penalty stuff is a big debate. It's a close one for me after I see that he did touch the ball, but I can understand it being given as a pen. It's not really one that I'm going to moan and groan about too much. If I'm on the receiving end of that in the box, I'm thinking it's a pen. If I'm the defender doing that in the box, I'm thinking, shit, that might be a pen. So that's kind of how I justify it. It's unfortunate we haven't seen it before, but it's very rare you see that seal dribble anymore. So it is what it is with the penalty. We still should have created more. And by should have, it's not based on recent form or personnel. It should have based on phase 5. And, you know, we need to put pressure on the Liverpool game the next day. Failed to do that. And yeah, it is what it is, man. We just have to focus on the cups for the next 5 days, do what we need to do there. And then hopefully, I mean, I say hopefully, there is very little hope there, because you know how I feel. We make a movement for one of these attackers, because we need something. We are in dire need of something in attack. And I don't even want to talk about the midfield right now, because we're actually in need there too. The squad building there hasn't been great, but we can make do. Odegaard's ill, Havertz is ill. Blow your nose, gents. Get on the pitch and win the game against Newcastle, because, you know, on top of the injuries we have in the thin squad, you know, runny noses and that can't be keeping players out. We need every man fighting tooth and nail right now to salvage and retrack the season, I think, in my opinion.
Hold on. Shouldn't you be throwing the Carabao Cup? Because you don't really like this trophy and your squad's getting a bit thin. You should throw it. Let Newcastle win it. Let them win the cup.
That trophy, man.
You lot focus on the Prem. No, they don't need that, man.
It's a great point. He's right. Turkish don't care about it.
But usually I say, you're right. Usually I say rotate in the Carabao Cup, but the problem is we don't have a squad to rotate.
Yeah.
So yeah, unless we start moving Partey up front and Calafiori, like it's all mad already as it is. So
play one of your gazillion and one defenders in midfield, isn't it? That's where you're spending your money, right? So,
but it's, to be honest, we're lacking up top though, bro. We're lacking in options up top more than anything. Midfield, we have enough options. It's just they're not really stiff.
That midfield is tragic though.
Sterling's back, no? Sterling's back.
Sterling's injured. No, he's injured.
It's injured, man. That midfield three is tragic, man. That cannot happen again.
Yeah, that was nonsense.
It's so stiff. It's actually so stiff.
It's nonsense. It's
worrying, man.
When I saw the lineup, Jesus.
It's worrying,
my days. Like,
it's because the attack has taken their attention away from the midfield situation. We always talk about the improvements in attack, not noticing that the midfield, if you ask me, our strongest midfield, Partey, Rice, Odegaard, that was our strongest midfield 12 months ago. To get it. So it's like we had to make an improvement. And as much as Marino, I didn't mind the signing. He should never have been the star signing that we wait on and all of that. And he was unfortunate getting a shoulder injury early on. But since he's been in and around the side bench, coming on, starting games, I'll still say, ask me the midfield for Newcastle. I'm saying Partey, Rice, Odegaard.
I'm just sorry. And you know what's right? You're saying Partey, Rice, Odegaard. And that means that Rice has to play as a number 8. I'm so sick. I'm so sick of seeing Declan Rice as number 8. You spent £105 million for a DM, a guy who literally locks up shop in the defensive midfield, and passes to a decent enough level and can strike a ball like a madman. Why on earth am I seeing this guy in a position that requires a lot more technical quality, a lot more guile, a lot more trickery? Like, I remember I've seen you lot line up with this dead midfield. Like, I remember there was a midfield you played against Bournemouth that was stinky.
It was the same. Jorginho, Rice,
midfield you
Partey.
played against Atalanta, stinky, and I'm just like,
Marino, one of them.
you already
Do you
know what the problem is? Rice, in my opinion, his best position is in a pivot, right? Because they don't want to play through Rice, they want to play through Partey. So that shifts Rice into the 8. If they play the pivot and they overlap the left back, which they've only, is it Lewis Skelly? And then a 4-2-3-1 with Odegaard as a real 10, that might make it work then, because they're not going to play Rice as the 6, because we've already spoken about Partey and he's been one of their best players this season. Partey's been better than Rice.
But that's been thrown up to Arteta. I don't think that was the plan. I think the plan was, because Havertz initially came in for the 8 when Xhaka left, right? Yeah. So I think the plan was eventually Rice moves into the 6, Havertz is the 8, Odegaard's the 10, right? Havertz didn't work out. Rice retains his spot. We do what we need to do in the 6. We go into this season, we buy Marino as the 8. Again, I think the plan is Rice, Marino, Odegaard. Partey pops up as our best, most consistent midfielder. And then he throws that, in terms of Arteta's maybe vision of the midfield, out of the water. Because he has been our best midfielder. But I agree with Tobes. Rice is a DM. Whether double pivot or lone 6, I don't mind that. If you just got to give the right people in front. I actually think Odegaard's more an 8. And I've been saying this for a while, but I think he's more an 8, Odegaard, which I'm baffled why we've never tried it. But we don't have a, I guess when Smith Rowe was here, that was the time to try it. But we don't have a natural 10 now either to be able to try that. So our 8 options are limited. Rice is the best of the lot, and I'm with you. He's not a great 8.
What I don't understand is like when teams build their midfields, like teams want a balance. You want to balance a technical quality and like athleticism and like ball winning and runners. Like you want that balance, but Arsenal paid over the odds for a midfielder who literally, like, he has the athleticism, running power, defensive prowess of like 2 players almost, right? He gives you that platform to go and play alongside Saliba and Gabriel. Like, you have a strong enough defense there. And if the worry is, oh, but he can't take the ball in the half turn, he can't be our Rodri. He doesn't need to be the Rodri. He does not need to be the Rodri. Men are 100%. Talking, when people talk about Declan Rice, they talk about him like he's some invalid on the ball. He absolutely isn't. It's the truth. The guy scored. The guy is we've seen his set pieces, madness. We've seen his shooting, madness. When he picks up the ball and he gets going, he can carry it through in a straight line. He can carry it past players, right? Switch. And he's not a bad passer of the ball. Trust me, he's not a bad passer of the ball. Like, he's a very competent passer of the ball. Like,
he's competent. But how? Compare it to the way Partey breaks lines or Odegaard breaks lines.
Okay, and I'm glad you asked that.
Let me finish.
Or Rodri.
That's why I agree. That's why I agree with Matisse that you have to utilize him with someone alongside him. You can't leave him on his own in there, because if you're going to use him as your own, he's more of a destructive and a cover of spaces on his own.
I think that's Tobes' point. Why don't we use him how he's meant to be used? It's not just Rodri and
exactly. But that doesn't suit Arteta's. But that doesn't suit Arteta's game plan, I believe.
But then that's why.
For example, Slot doesn't want a ball winner, a space cover. He wants Gravenberch, who's more of a ball player. Gravenberch you can equate to level like Partey, as opposed to a ball winner or a ball hunter. And that's why I think the contract. I don't know, but I don't think Rice was bought to be their number 6, in my opinion.
But he's not number 8. He can play number 8, but he's not. Let's be.
Like, I agree. He's not number 8.
As a 6 man, what are we doing here?
No, but have they not missed a trick in? I'm not saying Eze, but have they not missed a trick in getting a more technical left winger? Or someone that can play left wing or can play top of the box, left box, Odegaard, Eze, and then Rice Partey. No, but he's
Marino's air, man. What
can't carry
and that's the problem, Grizz.
They need a carrier, they need a dribbler.
Deal with it, man.
Exactly. And that's why we're talking. It's their problem. We're looking at the problems. It's their problem, because I'm like, they've literally signed a bouncer. They signed a bouncer to play in the midfield. And I'm just like,
That's Arteta signing that, you know, Mourinho.
100%. And it's not even just an Arteta thing. I think there's this thing in football now where, like, fans, for whatever reason, they don't want lock pickers. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to football now. It's like lock pickers in midfield. It's illegal. Oh, he has to be X, Y, and Z. He has to be this sort of... No, give me ballers. How many times have I said on this show, on the Big Six with Spurs, I need ballers in the team, because in the end of the day, you can run 100 miles an hour. It does not matter. If you can't break the team down, if you don't have players who are going to thread the ball in between the lines and actually have some sort of gallant trickery, you're not going to succeed. You're not going to succeed. I'm sorry. You're not.
But that's what I'm saying. Do you trust Arteta now to go in the window with this talent?
No,
it's not about trust. It's about go and do it, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, because who you now linked with right now? Is there any
nobody?
Okay, but so that's why I have to ask Turkish. Is this down to your board, or is this down to Arteta? Because people say that Arteta wants to win a certain way. He doesn't just want to win any league title. He wants to win the league title with Havertz up front, and he wants to win the league title with centre back at left back.
Win is winning, man.
Arsenal could do 2 or 3 things profiles wise that would propel them into direct competition with Liverpool and say, right, you can win it. But is there an arrogance or an ego to say, I'm a Pep disciple and I'm gonna win it my way? I'm gonna revolutionize the game. We're gonna do it this way or no way. And that's what you're fighting with, because it sounds like you're not. Everyone can see it. It's clear. Left wing, right? Get a real striker. Left wing, like it's. But you don't seem to want to do it. I don't know why. It's weird.
It's not even just left winger. Like it's, you look at the attack as well. Like he barely buys attacking players. He barely buys creative midfielders. It's just weird, bro. Like, I don't know, like, bro is still hurt from that 4-1 defeat to Man City and how they lost the title that year. You already had the best defense in the league last year.
You went over.
Why did you then have to go and double down on it?
You went overdrive with it, man. Like,
you need to be adding like X factor players, Stardust. That's what that team needed. You saw it at the end of last season. That's what that team needed. Stardust, players who can.
But he has to also show he can manage Stardust, because that's the next step for the club, and that's the next step for him. And I don't mean Stardust that comes through the academy like it's done, or through young players growing. I mean Stardust that comes ready-made, you know, ready-made. He knows what he's doing on that pitch. You can tailor him, you know, or tailor them how you want, but there's going to be certain moments in that game where they're going to do what they want, and they're going to prove to you why they're doing what they want, because they're winning you games, they're deciding games. I don't know if he even likes that profile, because as much as the ruthlessness in the past, I've agreed with every single one bar Pepe, and even that one I understand. But because we haven't replaced Pepe properly, I'm looking at it like, well, listen, he's probably been our best backup to Saka since you've been here, and that's the one you didn't, you know, have no part in keeping. Reece Nelson and so on afterwards. But when we look at Guendouzi, I agreed with him there. Oba, I agreed with him there. Ozu, I agreed with him there. So the ruthlessness early on was a good thing to see. But like you said, in attack, he hasn't really been as ruthless. Eddie Nketiah gets a new contract for a couple of years. We're wasting fucking time hoping that he's going to be a good backup for us, when really it was there for us to see anyway. It was just biding time. We done the same with Nelson, but it's not like we've been in the end, I thought with a Nelson and Eddie, all right, you're giving them new contracts because you have a lot of work to do at this moment in time, other positions. So you're giving Eddie, Nelson, Xhaka new contracts, because I think they was the only 3 in terms of the old shit core we had that was getting new contracts, if I'm not mistaken. Xhaka as well, obviously. But it felt like, all right, you're giving them contracts, but you're giving them because you're happy with them now, but you know that they're going to be the last pieces we've replaced. Eddie left the club in the summer, and Reece left the club in the summer. We didn't replace them. So these new contracts that I thought were leading up to the final summer, where these final pieces are replaced properly, we didn't. We just let them go and haven't replaced it at all.
And that one, I don't even know if you can put that solely on Arteta, because I can't imagine Arteta saying, I'm going to sell all these players and I don't want to sign new players.
You're right. And logic agrees with you. And that's how I like to look at things. But when I'm trying to, I wouldn't say back, I'm trying to make sense of the situation, and it looks like it wouldn't be his request that leads to what happened in the summer. You can't come out and say best owners you've worked with. You can't come out and say, you're happy with the situation. You know, January is a different internal. So a lot of it is stinking of Wenger quotes towards the end of his career.
Internal solutions.
So I don't, you know, at the end of the day, it's a lot of the quotes which I've praised him for in the first 3-4 years, even when we was not performing on the pitch, he was coming into interviews saying we need to be challenging for titles when we were 7th, 8th. So I was like, all right, he knows what it is. He knows what we need to be doing. So let's see. Now, last 5 months, I haven't been happy with what he's been saying. It's looking spooky.
That Community Shield comment was crazy.
It's on his head. I'm not gonna lie. It's on his head. Lego man, bro. It's on his head. If Lego man doesn't get you that title, boy.
Don't worry, guys.
A lot of your fans are gonna look stupid because of what they used to say about Spurs. Boy.
Yeah, I mean, no, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, bro. You're not wrong. 100%. This he needs to years. People don't understand that there's a balance between, you know, believing and trusting and knowing that Saliba will be gone in 2 years if we don't win something. And even if you win something, to be honest with you, Trent's shown you can win everything and still fail to keep.
I will be there. I will be there
when these teams come knocking. So if we're waiting another 2 years for a Sesko profile and Isako, whatever the fucking profile is, by that time we might need a Saliba profile. And I'm telling you, those profiles are scarce. You don't get a Saliba every 5 years at your club. So we need to be moving finger on the pulse. We need to do something this month. There's more than enough options. There's even free agents in the summer that would improve. We need about 5-6 players across the board minimum, which is fucked to say after 5 years, but it's also at the time where you ain't got time. If it's 5-6 we need, get it done. I'm not saying January, I'm saying across the next 2 windows. But I'm not even thinking of summer yet because we've still got shit to do this season. If it's not going to be the league, obviously Champions League, I said it on the stream earlier, I said I can't talk about Champions League unless it's semi-final and we're getting the draw. It'd be laughable to talk about it any earlier because it comes heavily down to the draw and who you're playing. FA Cup, Carabao, you take that. If you can win a cup double, nice. But you know, we didn't wait 5 years for domestic cups either. So the pressure's on, bro. The pressure's on.
Madrid. Hala Madrid.
You're next. Once I get
when they
Trent,
sing that goal, Bukayo Saka.
These guys.
I want
said you're next, bro.
You're next.
We've been selling our best players for 20 years, bro. You think this is new?
Yeah, I know, but I wasn't on social media.
You think this shit is new? Broski.
Bro, can you imagine?
I know.
You had this show.
I know. That's why you were. That's why you were taking Grizz's side with the Trent thing because you've been put in this situation one too many times. That's why.
No, I'm done, bro. You player loyalty? Nah, brother.
Can we imagine if we had Van Persie
I love
and
you.
Nasri
Don't
and
win
Kiki
shit.
on this
Nah,
show?
no.
Au revoir, mate. Au revoir.
Steve just taking all them brothers. Oh my god.
Who have Real signed off Arsenal in the past? Actually, let me think. Because it tends to be Barcelona that do us.
Yeah, you're actually all right with Real Madrid. You must have a pack.
Yeah, you took one play of them.
Real used to try with Vieira every year.
Reyes.
They took Ozil.
He might have went Reyes actually. Yeah,
It was a loan, I think.
but that wasn't them taking him like off us. It was more of a it made sense chance. Anelka, yeah, they did that to Anelka.
Anelka,
yeah. But it's been a while.
Anelka was, man. Like
it's a long time.
He was a bad boy, man.
Anelka was.
Yeah, he was cold.
Yeah,
one of the most underrated players of all time. He's not spoken about, obviously, because his career wasn't.
Just whether or not he cared.
Yeah, he didn't care, man.
Yeah.
But when he cared, he was unstoppable.
Let me do the super chats on Arsenal, and then we keep it moving. Suge, big up Suge. He said, even if we go out and get a striker or a game changer, it will only take one thing against the Arteta way. Mid-game, he will bench them indefinitely. We ain't in that position, mate. If he hasn't benched Havertz and he's trying to make Havertz as much as he's trying to make Havertz work over the last 2 years or 18 months, then there's no excuse not to, make the next person work, make the next signings work. Like we're at that stage now. The trial and error period, the lab period, as SAEED might like to call it, is over. It's not about the labs, it's about the cures now. Yeah, it's ready made, bro. It's on market now. We need to fucking sell.
I remember those days that we're just in the lab.
Do you remember? Brandon be talking, said, I just want Arsenal.
Where we now, man?
Everything's closed. Labs closed, butchers closed. It's all
We're in the
crazy
moment
now.
right now. You know what I mean?
Canteens closed.
Everything closed, man.
I want to move away from the Brazilian market. There are other South American countries. Yeah, I know we were linked to some Igor Jesus guy today. I don't know. I don't have a clue. But Bruggen completed the same amount of dribbles as Martinelli on Saturday.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. Jay says, I rewatched Cecil and the Chuckle Brothers gaslighting you, Turkish, regarding the summer transfer window. Robbie adamant that 2024 Sterling better than Lookman. We deserve what we get served up.
I can't believe he said that. Sterling better than Lookman, who played in the Europa League.
Hat trick as well. Shamar says, top of the league.
Shelling it out, bro, for Atalanta.
And a 45 mil release clause, like, it's worth a punt for someone, especially someone that needs a left winger badly. But yeah, who needs a left winger badly? I don't know. Shamar says, top of the league t-shirts at Christmas, celebrated a draw against City and celebrated a Robertson red card. Now the PGMOL is against them. Not sure where that's coming from, but
oh gosh.
Turkish, it's January the 7th and all you can eat release clauses. I don't want to hear any injury excuses from Arteta and these owners. United are must win or else consequences. No more excuses. You can add Tottenham to that list as well. The next three are must wins. Things will get toxic if no trophy is won. The players may start to bite back at Arteta with his micro managing.
That's another one as well. Tactically, I think he's got the handbrake on too often in some of your games. Too rigid.
I agree. Even when he doesn't need to be at times, that's like his default this season. Let me just shore it up. Hamza says, I really need to see Arsenal get a controversy-free battering soon. They always have these stinky games, but we'll have one ref call dominate the conversation.
Facts. Bro, so sick of it, bro. They'll play shit for 90 minutes, but they'll hide behind one dodgy mistake.
Yeah. But they'll find something, though. They'll find... Even if they have to go back again.
It's mad, isn't it? It's mad how they do it,
bro.
No Saka, Kai, Gabby, Odegaard, Partey right back. Imagine Liverpool without Salah, Jota, Gakpo, Diaz, and Gravenberch right back. We move. Title not quite done yet. Liverpool dropped off towards the end of last season.
Do you know what? The best part of that tweet? Imagine. Keep imagining.
And Mike says, yes, come on, well done, Arsenal. It's not a win, but it's a bloody good effort. I don't know.
Fucking imagine. That's all you fucking hear from Arsenal fans. Imagine.
Imagine if Saliba didn't get injured.
Keep imagining, brothers.
Imagine if it was 11v11 in those games.
Imagine.
Did you see those? Turkish, did you?
I got the, you know, funnily enough, I got this one here. I just see imagine, so I thought it might say,
there you go.
Bottled it, we won the league. It's an inverted fullback winning us the league after all.
There you go. Imagine.
Did you see the
yeah?
Did you see those 11v11 graphs that were going around earlier on? You know when you had your red cards, Arsenal fans were saying 11. I swear to God, they were doing 11v11 graphs versus 11v10. So at 11v11, this was our XG, and this I just said.
Hey, where's that? Twitter, obviously.
Twitter, bro. I just said, yeah, you're cooked, man. This is embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing, bro.
And these are the people that will come and say, man ain't got ball knowledge. The fuck? Get them graphs out of here, man. What the hell is going on? Big up Lee as well. He says, the one thing I can say was smart of Liverpool was the way they handled Van Dijk's career. They made sure he wanted to stick around. I thought I'll get that one in considering the conversation earlier. I think that's it on Arsenal.
They're calling them Imagination FC. Imagine FC.
Imagine they had injuries. Imagine we didn't have injuries. Imagine they played hard games. No one got sent off. Imagine a referee. Have you heard everything under the sun?
I called them virgins. Remember?
How can you?
They just imagine. They don't do IRL. Just imagine. Imagine.
But you know the two people that laugh loud always on the show because Saeed's backed off an awful lot in the last 6 months.
Well,
It's YouTube below.
I told you, lot.
It's YouTube below. Like, it's just crazy.
I don't give a shit. I'll be alright. I don't care.
You don't give a shit. Oh,
I don't care. I don't care.
Bro,
do you know what it is?
You're my ups. I don't
You know
care.
what
How
it is?
shit
Like,
you're my
you
ups.
are gay. You was
as
born
bad
in
as
this.
bad
Oh,
bad
man.
as we are, I in London we still running the place. I'll be real. Until you lot do something, we're still running the place. We are.
What place you running?
Yeah.
Still running it.
What
We're not
place
running
you
it well. We're not
Who
running
lied
it
to
well.
you,
I didn't say we're
Matisse?
running it well.
Who
but
lied
we're
to you,
still running it.
Matisse?
We're
Aye.
we're-
Women's
we're-
rate is high.
we're most recent.
Brother,
on
this guy
everything.
The
wakes up
rubbish ain't been
sometimes and just,
collected, but we're still
he just
running
wakes
this
up
We're not running it
sometimes
well.
and says just random
There's
things.
potholes in the road and that.
There's
But, you know,
potholes in the road.
but
We're still running this town.
Matisse is on a mad one, bro. Best. Let's not even go back to some.
Yeah, to them, man.
All right, cool. Arsenal super
Have
chats.
us soon in it. It's coming up soon in it. Chelsea, Arsenal coming up soon in it.
It's not soon.
Oh, it's Spurs. Oh, sorry.
I think it's towards the end.
Arsenal,
Yeah, sorry,
Tottenham, Man
Spurs,
City,
Arsenal,
Chelsea
Tottenham.
are our next two.
Yeah. Oh, forget.
All right, cool. Talk about still running London. Crystal Palace 1, Chelsea 1.
I done you there. Say very nice.
doing to me.
Oh yeah, well, who runs London? Yeah, they're on paper, bro.
Bro, we should this game, man. We should have been 3-0 up. And I know Saeed was watching it as well. We should have been 3-0 up at half time.
Yeah.
Imagine if we were 3-0 up at half time. Imagine. So,
Imagine you had the best left side in the league. Imagine.
I know.
You had the
Imagine.
best
You know
player
what?
in the league. Imagine.
You know what? Sancho and Palmer scored, obviously, you know what I mean? But Sancho, that was a great assist. We got off to a great start. In the first 10 minutes, we were balling out. Sancho, unbelievable assist with the little dummy, drags 3 players out of positions, just slides it into Palmer 1-0. I'm thinking, yeah, we're going for it today. We've woken up, new year. But we just didn't kill them. And Jackson, I know Turkish can get a lot of joy out of this. Jackson was not good. Again, missing chances, not taking them. And you know in the Premier League, if you're 1-0 up, especially when you're Chelsea, I've spoken about this defense before. I've spoken about its lapse of concentration, the drop-offs because of the lack of the options in midfield. With Dewsbury Hall is injured, Lavie is injured, so they're not going to be able to make subs. I just know if we're not 2-3-0 up anywhere, we're gonna give the opposition a goal at some point. Palmer could have had a goal himself. His decision making, he decided to go for the shot, or maybe he could have played a pass. There was a couple of moments like that. Gusto, Neto cut back for Palmer, which we didn't convert into a strike. So there's a lot of moments where you're thinking, yeah, Jackson's missing 1v1s and he's missing a back post header. You're thinking, yeah, this is a long one. And credit to Palace, they came out in the second half properly and they stuck it on us. They really stuck it on us. They said, yo, we're up in the intensity, we're up in the tempo. And it was inevitable that Mateta was going to get a goal and Eze was going to create it. And, you know, Josh Achampong, 18 years old, I thought he was good. He made his first Premier League start. We were looking after him in the first half, Caicedo. But once those legs started going in the second half in the midfield and the changes were very late because I don't know, maybe he felt like we were going to get the second goal. He just didn't bring on anyone really until like the 80th minute or the 75th. I knew the goal was coming, and it's another poor result. It's more drop points. I think 3 out of the last 4 games we've played against bottom 5 teams: Palace, Everton, Ipswich, and we've got 2 points out of the last 12. It's ridiculous. And this is the run that I was saying a few months ago when people were saying, "Oh, you're in this, you're in that." I said, "Get through this run. Prove that you're in it by going through these teams like you should and beating them. And then when we get to City away, we can talk." And all they've done since I've said that is just pick up L after draw and drop points and prove why we're not serious for the upper echelons of the table. We're back into a top 4 fight. We're literally back into a top 4 fight. And if we don't get our act together, I'm not taking it for granted. It's not done. We could easily finish outside of it. City are picking up points. Newcastle are won 5 games in a row. Forest are looking like they're going to be in the conversation at least, unless they have a mad drop-off. There's no guarantees. And it's poor. Maresca, you know, I don't think that game was too much on him. I think it was more on Jackson and other attackers. But yeah, poor, man. Poor. Should have won that game. Very poor.
You're buckling, man. You're
Yeah.
back. I'm not gonna lie. You're
100% there.
That's why I'm standing. I can't sit no more. I have to stand.
100%
no
yeah.
more, man. This is
Bro,
this is
2 points
crazy, dude.
from 12.
Yeah.
Buckling hard since
They're
Robert
plunging
Mugabe came
themselves into this top 6 battle.
I told you
Mhm.
about that guy.
And the whole Chelsea fan base,
I showed yesterday.
and the whole Chelsea fan base collectively blame Robert Mugabe, please, for this. Since the brother came on and told us about elite recruitment,
Where is he, man?
Where's GRIZZ? GRIZZ better watch out. We're on your toes. Fuck, what toes, brother? I can't see,
bro.
I can't see your
Grizz,
toes.
it's damning that we. So Fofana's obviously a massive loss. I don't know when he's back. He says he doesn't need surgery. We say he does. I don't know what's going on there. I'm not really confident about that situation because if he's rushing himself back, he's probably going to get injured again. We know what the situation with Reece James is. He's on the bench, but you know, I'm not holding my breath.
Oh shit, he's back. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't bother because you know, let's not get involved in that again. He needs to stay fit for like 6 months consecutively before I get excited. You got Tosin and Disasi on the bench. And Josh Achampong is the one that has to start. 18 years old, and I've been calling him for it because I knew he had to start. You know, it's a damning indictment on the defensive recruitment. And the summer I initially gave a 6.5 because I was trying to be a little bit more upbeat because there were a few 24, 25-year-olds. It looked like they were changing the policy a bit. Neto, Sancho, they can help us now. But when you're looking at some of these other guys, man, like they just haven't contributed enough. The manager doesn't trust Felix. He doesn't come on. The manager, I mean, Dewsbury Hall's ill, but he wasn't contributing before that. The amount of defenders that have come in and we're looking to Cobham again. I'm seeing links to Gurhey, which I don't even think is the solution. I don't think that's the move we should be making. I don't think he's aerially dominant enough. I think your centre backs.
I told you they go to the transfer window, Grizz.
Also,
You're looking at bringing Chalobah back after putting him on the sidelines and then banishing him. He was wearing the armband at times last season. He had a good end to the season. He helped you make Europe. He shouldn't come back. He shouldn't come back. He should stay at Palace.
He should say
and say fuck you. 100% he should. He should but he probably won't because he loves Chelsea. He loves to play for the club and whatnot. But how can you banish a centre back and then be looking to go back to him in the middle of the season because Disasi it's not working out? It's poor. It's very poor, man.
Row run club, as Robert says. Row run club.
It's poor. So yeah, Cobham defenders once again. You know, it's crazy. After all of those guys that have come in, it's Cobham defenders they're looking to, the guys that were literally in your academy for free. And like I said, I don't think Chalobah's world class or good enough to start week in, week out. I don't think Gurhey's the answer. I don't like centre backs that average 55% aerial duels. You need 70s. You need Van Dijk's, Salibas, Gabriel's, monsters. But
I bet Grizz rates him.
But Gurhey's better on the ball than Disasi.
Hey.
You know what I mean? He's quicker. So yeah, he is. He probably is.
No. I'm saying I don't rate him like that. Like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think we should be splashing 50, 60 million on him. But if we do, it will be because we got a sell-on clause. He's got 1 year left on his deal in the summer. It will be another deal that is done out of convenience and out of PSR or financials more so.
I'm not gonna lie, you got about 7.5. Only Colwell is good.
They just recalled the Argentine guy.
That's what I'm saying.
Is that Ansel Mino?
Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on in the defense, to be honest. I think they need to prioritize what we need and not just because if they're looking at Mark Gurhey
today, I see Araujo links.
Yeah, I mean, if they're looking at Mark Gurhey, I don't think they're prioritizing what we're lacking. I think they're just going because it's an easy deal to do. And Chalobah could go Palace in the summer, and then it's even less money on Gurhey. So it's mad. It's mad.
It's finished, man. I can't lie to you. 50, 60 guy. He's just like, bro, like, where's the talent? Where's the talent in the world?
Bro, this is the market, bro.
It's a die-up. It's a bro.
No, but there are top centre backs around, but obviously you got
no Gurhey though.
Not Gurhey.
Yeah, like this.
That's insane.
Gurhey's a good player, but I just
he's a 30 million player, Tobes.
Yeah.
No, bro,
He's a 30 million player.
They said
he's more than a 30 million player.
70 million. 70 million, bro.
Flipping Max Kilman went for 40 million to West
That's
Ham.
not their
Gurhey's
problem,
a 30 million player.
Yeah,
that's
he
not their
still is.
That's not their problem.
Gurhey's a good he's a good centre back. I get the point though. Chelsea could sign better. For me, I just find it odd because it's like he plays left side. I know he's right, but he plays left centre back, which is Colwell's long-term position. And I get that you need cover for Colwell, but you're bringing in another centre back.
But Badia Shills meant to be a left-footed centre back. Don't forget about him.
Oh, he stinks, bro.
No,
hey, Hey.
Oh, yeah, I get you. It's squad planning. It's
That's what I'm saying about the squad planning. It's not.
Yeah.
My thing is numbers wise, depth wise, they've done their thing this season because we got injuries and we still got players coming in. Conference League 11 changes, but if the manager doesn't trust Felix, that's a breakdown in communication over the summer. You signed someone purely because you wanted Gallagher out. You haven't signed that person because you wanted them and you needed them and they were on your list. That's my problem. And in Cuckoo,
people want to say about everyone's talking about that Dean Hoyson of Bournemouth. His partner is
he's a baller.
His partner is the real deal. Zubaini, how do you say his name?
Sabani. He's good. He's a good centre back.
Focus.
He's a good centre back.
Big clubs.
But they're looking at defenders, man. They need attackers. They need an attacker, man. They need a striker.
They need defenders, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
They need midfielders. They need defenders. They need attackers.
No, midfielder okay, man.
So they do need midfielders. They need midfielders. Absolutely.
Where?
They do. They need midfielders. Lavia can't stay fit.
They need to
bring back Andre. Don't spend. Bring back Andre Santos and
just bring back Andre Santos.
Just
they need another forward. They need another forward.
Honestly,
why don't we just try Carney in the midfield?
Oh, so Carney is basically shadow banned, right? He's on 100K a week, and he wasn't their signing. He wasn't the scout signing. He was signed by Todd Bowley. So I think with him and the injuries prior, they're just going to get rid of him. They don't want to use him. But again, I think he's talented. But if you're going to use him, you don't sign Felix. So
Grizz, I know you were rating Zabani, but I think he's just as good as him.
That's up to you, bro. You can have your own opinion.
Obviously, they played in a 2 in it, and Chelsea, obviously, at the minute, you know what I mean. They're playing obviously everyone plays in different systems and whatnot.
I need to do more research on him because I've seen him play 3 times, and I think I can tell good player. But I don't know, where's he from? SAEED?
Ukrainian, isn't it?
Ukrainian.
If they're getting some good talents, Ukraine, man.
He's a baller.
But like I said, bro,
I do like Bournemouth's crop. I don't know their level at the very, very top, but I think Senesi's decent. I like the I don't know how you say his name, Hoyson or whatever. Hoyson, and then obviously Zabani. Like Bournemouth signed some nice players.
Evan Nelson.
I know you lot hate him, and obviously Matisse, and you lot take the piss out of him, but Badr Shile is just wrong time, wrong place, wrong structure. Wrong
he started great. He started great.
It's TOBS.
He's not good.
Honestly, TOBS, I don't know what's happened to him because honestly, the first 6 months he was looking brilliant, bro. Honestly,
I'm telling you,
I don't think he was looking brilliant. I think he looked competent.
No,
I think he
was good.
And then your fans were saying he's doing X, Y, Z. He's
such a graveyard of centre backs. It looks like Chelsea, man.
You know who I like the most here? He plays for Nottingham Forest and he played class.
Murillo's
the guy.
I need him at Spurs.
Yeah,
I need him at Spurs.
That's the guy, man. He's
Give
a
us
beast.
Van der Ven in it, and then you can take Murillo. Give us Van der Ven.
If he needs more,
get out of here, man. Honestly, get out of here.
I'm saying, but yeah, for me, like I said, that Chelsea game, they should have been 3-0 up, and then obviously, yeah. But that listen, he needs to get. Where are you playing next, Matisse? In the Premier League?
Morecambe. That's my big game.
No, forget Morecambe. But who you playing next after that?
I think we've got Wolves and Bournemouth. I don't know which way around, but
yeah, back-to-back wins, man.
Because we've got Bournemouth next, so second. So you got Wolves first.
Yeah, back-to-back wins, man. Because he needs to get the wins on. Because you know what,
by the time we go to Etihad, it's not going to be as appetizing as it was. The way it's looking.
More than you can believe.
It looks like we missed that one. You know what I mean? It looks like we missed that train.
You missed the boat. The one in winning 12 and the laughing and yeah, man. Steve's coming back from holiday. He's ready to we're going back for this top 2 and that top 3, man. You know what I mean? Like they're 2 points behind you. 2 points.
Imagine the season they've had, bro.
After the season they're
2 points behind us. This is how quick.
Badly. The last 5 games.
This is how quick
that's what I'm saying, bro.
Like 4 games, no wins. This is what happens when life hits you quickly.
Listen, I can't say anything. Yeah, I'm down here, but you've allowed Man City to get up the table, man. What's going on with you lot?
Can't finish outside the top 4. Cannot. If you finish outside the top 4,
if you finish
I don't care what Robert McGarvey wants to tell you.
If you finish outside the top 4, I'm dragging you into the trenches.
Ask Robert.
You will drag himself.
Robert,
I'm dragging you to the if you finish outside the top 4,
If we finish outside the top
Class,
4,
class,
I want a
class.
fan. I want a fan calling, and Robert has to be on. I'm sorry, he has to be on. He has to be charged.
Bro,
You're in
emergency
trouble,
stream.
bro.
He has to be
Emergency
charged.
call him. Emergency call him.
He has to be charged guilty. Must.
Yeah.
He's trying to throw Robert under the bus. All right, let me look at the super chats. Ilias says, "Can I get Matisse's thoughts on Sancho, best left winger in the world?" Ridiculous take.
Didn't say in the world, but he got an assist, so it's a great assist. We move.
Yusuf says 1.5 billion spent, and we still need a goalkeeper, 2 centre backs, a CM, a top winger, and a top striker. But quote elite recruitment. Without Caicedo and Palmer, we would be mid-table. And on that quote, big up Robert. He says, "Yes, we have elite recruitment. Have you seen our club is ran? Have you seen how our club is ran, Grizz? Clear Lake would have Trent on a 7-year deal right now. Injuries have impaired us." There you go.
You know.
You've silenced the room, Robert. I don't know if that's a good thing or if that's
Oh,
a
it's
bad
definitely
thing.
not a good thing.
Everyone's injuries, man.
There's 2 key players out. The rest of them are irrelevant.
Kez says, "Thanks, Matisse. FSGR will be the problem for Liverpool. American owners are the worst. Kroenkes, Clear Lake, Glazers, and Spurs owners. How many of you are happy with your owners?" That Grizz said there's a bit of a difference with theirs to the rest, but there's still definitely problems with them. Colwill is a mid-table quality defender, but because he stands on the ball and has a crisp hairline, people rate him. Not making Champions League with this team.
Crisp hairline, you know.
For me,
Some of you
For
lot are
me-
so funny.
You know what? Colwell is he's a tad overrated, but he can play. He can play.
Yeah.
For me,
For
What do you
me,
think?
centre backs, 21 years of age. It's not always everybody develops at the same pace. I think he's played like 50 Premier League games. I think for me, he should have a leader next to him. How much better would he look if he had a Van Dijk next to him, a leader?
That was our
You
dream.
know, a
That was our
proper. You know, people judging centre backs, but you have to understand partnerships is what makes centre back pairings what they are. I've seen meaty centre backs play next to proper big time players, and the partnership works. I'm not saying he's meaty, but what I'm saying is asking a 21-year-old to be the leader next to half of the time bums at times. Just what do you think is going to happen? So you got a goalkeeper behind you that makes world-class saves at times, but then he also gives the ball away to the opposition. He's not surrounded by what a 21-year-old centre back should be surrounded by. So you can pick him out if you want. But at the end of the day, if he gets injured next, you're going to find out fast because it's not going to be good.
I think it's mad. He's actually 21. Like
Exactly.
I didn't deep it until a couple months ago. He's actually 21 years old, bro. It's mad. He's been playing Premier League football. He's been playing Premier League football since the age of what, like 19? Brighton.
Brighton. Yeah.
I think he can be got at in some games, but I do think there needs to be some grace given to Colwell, honestly. There has to be.
I'm 100% agree. 100%.
I got this one here as well from Kaiser saying, "Hi Turkish, could you please tell Matisse to stop making fun of Ingrid Landmark Tandrevold? He should take an example from Ty, who honored Ingrid today."
You got to stop this. You're following me every show I go to. You're talking about this Ingrid person. Let me breathe, please. Let me breathe. Some Norwegians, bobsleighing Olympics.
Oh, bro,
let me breathe, man.
Let Kaiser Franz do his thing, man.
He's done this before to me as well, actually.
Yeah, he done it to me. Listen, he likes the sport.
Is this marketing for their athletes or
I
something?
don't care. I'm sorry. I didn't want to say this. But no, I didn't want to say this. But I'm telling you now, I don't care. My team hasn't won in 4 games. Shut up. I don't care.
No, hold on a minute. You care when your team's winning,
I don't
then?
care about Ingrid.
When they're winning, who's Ingrid?
If we're winning, talk to me about Ingrid then. Then
Ingrid,
I'll talk to you about Ingrid.
Listen, man. Shout out to that brother, man. He's active, man.
And Lee's right as well. 6.4 thousand live, 1.3 thousand likes. So what are we doing? Hit that like button, people. That's what you should be doing right now. Let's get to 2,000 likes. Make sure you're subscribed, not only to the Big Six, but the individual channels as well. Lastly on the agenda, obviously Steve ain't here to talk Man City, but they've got a comfy win under their belts against West Ham. Steve will be back soon enough. So yeah, considering the time, I think we're gonna slowly but surely end with Tottenham. Tottenham, Newcastle, another loss. TOBS, more quotes from Ange, more pressure, more laughter, frustration, anger. It's just, yeah, it's all leading down one path, really. It's just when more than if.
Yeah.
I don't, but the problem, I don't think he is under pressure from the club. I don't believe he's under any pressure from the club. I think the pressure for me is coming from the fans. And I do want to take a step back and remove my feeling on Ange Postecoglou from the game against Newcastle, because whilst there were some things that I felt like he could have done better, ultimately, bro, like, listen, that team that played against Newcastle, we were missing, like, even Fraser Forster couldn't play. Our second choice goalkeeper couldn't play. We had to give Brandon Austin his debut, who actually did quite well. We're playing Bergvall in the 6. There's just too many things going wrong for Tottenham right now. And I think it's going to have an impact on our season. Even if Andrew's managing us to the best of his ability, which he isn't, it would still have an impact on our season. So I want to try and remove that Newcastle game in isolation from my criticism towards Ange Postecoglou on the season as a whole, because that was a tough game for us to go out there and win. And I actually think we did enough on the balance of play to have got a draw from that game, but we just didn't. Like, Newcastle, when they were better than us in the first half, they made it count. They scored 2 goals. Whilst they didn't play that well for me, I felt they defended well. And yeah, like, they just saw out the game as best as they could. So it's just the reality for Tottenham now. We're just not in a period where we're going to continue. We're not in a period where we're going to win games. And I think if I go back to the manager, we don't have a manager who's going to help us be a bit savvy in some of these games, match to match, to try and get us the best possible outcome. So,
well, why you mentioned he's not under pressure, but you also mentioned how much Levy just cares about the bottom line. But doesn't it doesn't really go hand in hand? You're so far off European football places. Why isn't there pressure if the owner is all about that bottom line figure?
Because I think the owner's gone, like, he's gone deep on Ange Postecoglou. Like, he was saying all this stuff about last season, how, oh, like, Ange, we've got our Tottenham back and this, that, and the third. And then I also think the fact that we're still in cup competitions, it works in Ange's favor. We still have an opportunity to make it to the Europa League knockouts. We're in the semi-finals of the League Cup. Obviously, FA Cup kicks off this upcoming weekend. So there's still an opportunity on paper to win trophies. Plus, the team have actually, like, as bad as he's been, and I think he's performed bad enough for me to lose his job. But that's a conversation we'll have after this, right? But we've actually had an unprecedented amount of, like, absences over the last, like, just December alone. It's been mental, bro. Like, the amount of players that we've not been able to field game to game, it's actually been insane. Like, we're down to the bare bones, right? And we had a shit summer to begin with in the transfer window. I remember I said this transfer window is mid. We've signed a bunch of talented kids, but only one starter. So I think when you combine all of these issues together, I think there's some level of sympathy from the club towards him. And when you add that to the fact that we're still in cup competitions, they're still giving him a stay of execution. And also, I think maybe subconsciously they're looking at it and thinking the managers that they could get potentially to replace him, we can't get at this point of the season. So we're stuck, really. We're stuck.
Is there a bit of, because this ain't me trying to prop up Levy again, but when you look at what happened or what's happened, like, you're great. The pinnacle in terms of what you've seen with Tottenham is that Champions League final, and maybe the years before that in terms of title races a couple of times. He makes a rash decision in hindsight. Pochettino's gone. Was it Mourinho that came straight in?
Yeah, it was. It was shocking decision.
So I'm trying to understand the thinking. So you come close to a major trophy a few years in a row, maybe here or there, Premier League, Champions League. It hasn't worked. This season hasn't started well. Oh shit, there's a proven manager out there that wins. All right, let's bring him in. Oh shit, it doesn't work. He unsettles the ship. All right, we have to move him out now. Then was it Nuno after that?
It was it was
Nuno.
it was Ryan Mason briefly.
But I mean
Nuno.
officially, I mean Nuno.
Yeah,
So,
it was Nuno after that.
and Nuno's a big part of this point I'm going to make. So Nuno comes in after what, a 10-man shortlist, and he comes in, he wins 3 out of 3, you're top of the league, best start to the season. Then it goes pear-shaped. I think you lost at 5 in 7 or something, 8, and then he gets sacked. Then you bring in another proven one who's won it, been there. So as an owner, I'm thinking he thought he was close to something. He brought in a proven man, it didn't work. Then the advice was go for a squad builder, a process manager. In Nuno, shit, 4 months in, that's looking. Then we go for the proven again. And now he's gone back to the process manager, maybe someone you have to trust a bit more. He might also be looking at what Nuno's doing at Forest, because, given a bit of time, a manager is showing that he can. So maybe he's stuck as well in what to do, because he probably would have sacked him by now in years gone past, considering, forget the cup competitions for a sec, the Premier League is what brings the revenue in. Yeah, so there's a bit of it's a bit of a different approach from Levy as well in this situation. Usually he would have sacked him by now.
It is a different approach, but I think he's caught between trying to learn from sins of the past and some sort of fan pressure on sacking managers too soon, and also not making himself look bad, and also the points I made around the injuries, cup competitions and whatnots. But if I look at all those managers that you mentioned, there's so many bad decisions there. And the one thing you've mentioned is he's changing managers, but the attitude to the squad, the squad that you're building for these managers, doesn't change. So you're giving Jose Mourinho the same squad that you let degrade around Pochettino, with Getson Fernandez, and I can't even remember who else we signed in January, Bergwijn. And you're saying, okay, Jose, that's enough for you. Then the following summer, you don't give Jose enough in the summer window. You don't give him enough in the January transfer window. Then the following summer, you sack Jose before that. You bring in Nuno, who was the wrong fit for the club to begin with. And I said this on the Big Six, right? So it was there. Like I said,
what is wrong fit?
The wrong fit is he's not the manager that was going to get the best out of that squad. That squad wasn't good enough. So we needed a manager who was going to overperform. Nuno Espirito Santo, for me, is completely the wrong fit for Tottenham, because he's a pragmatic manager, right? He's a counter-attacking manager, and there's nothing wrong with counter-attacking football, but he's a counter-attacking manager who works well at a mid-table club. If
you could take yourself back to Nuno, right? And I can give you 2 options now. You retain Nuno up until now. I can't tell you what happens, or you keep what's happened since. Which one do you lean towards?
I keep what's happened since. Nuno was terrible at Tottenham. He was absolutely terrible at Tottenham.
But if you're also saying he's not a manager to work with the squad given, did you give him enough time to see if that manager is to be the right fit? Because Arsenal have come from 1-0 to the Arsenal George Graham to shit, they're playing like Brazil under Wenger to now so different fits work in different areas, 100%. And not one fit is really one
100%. But then you had a manager in Jose Mourinho who was pragmatic. It didn't work, and that's Jose Mourinho. The squad was busted. What you needed to do was fix the squad and get a manager who has a better balance of both. A manager who's not as stubborn, a manager who's going to balance the attack and defense, right? And then he can maximize the squad that he's been given. Nuno Espirito Santo, he's a mid-table bully, bro. With all due respect, and I said this at the time, he's a good manager at that level.
They play some good football now. They play some good football now. You know what I mean, Nuno?
They play good counter-attacking football, and that was the case at Wolves. And again, nothing wrong with it. I loved Conte's counter-attacking football at Tottenham, but the difference is Antonio Conte had experience and quality at managing clubs bigger than Tottenham. Nuno Espirito Santo was at Wolves, and we picked him up when he was very much on a downward trajectory in his career. He left Wolves by mutual consent that summer, and he had a very, very poor campaign. So I was looking at what he did in the final season at Wolves, looking at our squad, looking at the type of manager that we needed off the back of Jose, and I said, this is not going to work. It's not going to work unless we give this guy like a squad that's 10 times better than this, it's not going to work. And lo and behold, it didn't work. The football was turgid. We didn't score enough goals. We didn't even have attempts at goal. We lost games. It just wasn't good. And Antonio Conte, whether we like it or not, Antonio Conte came in and made a mockery of Nuno Espirito Santo within a matter of like 3 or 4 weeks in terms of all the metrics. Made a mockery with the same squad. And it wasn't perfect. We had to go and sign Kulusevski. We had to go and sign Bentancur. But the point is, you could clearly see the levels between the two.
But now, Tobes, man, we've both been linked with Colomwani, you know. You said you rate him. I don't rate him.
I said I don't think he's shit.
I think he's shit.
Who did I offer you and you didn't take, but you're taking Colomwani? Okay.
Who did you offer?
I can't remember, man. There was a player and he said, no, I don't want him.
I'm taking Colomwani on loan. Yeah, I'm not saying buy him permanently. I'm saying take him.
Are you only saying that
on loan?
Werner on that side, and you think he's upgraded?
No, I think Colomwani he's an okay player. I don't think he's the worst, but yes, he's much better than Werner. Yeah, but that's not what I'm basing it on. I'm basing it on a decent option to play as a striker or to play off the left.
I don't even rate him like that. I don't even rate him like that. Take Jonathan David in a free transfer.
I don't want him. I don't want him.
See what I'm saying?
They got Solanke
because Colomwani is a loan. He's a loan.
He's a free transfer. Jonathan David is a free transfer.
He's a free transfer. He's not levels, bro. What does he add to Tottenham apart from being a body?
My head is scrambled here.
Go on, Grizz.
Why is your head scrambled?
Colomwani on loan. He wants Colomwani on loan, and
yes,
he says like, he's not all that, but I want him on loan. Yet he's not willing to take a punt on a free transfer. Jonathan David, who scored certified goals in his league, certified goals.
Okay, so here's this.
I'm not gonna lie,
So check
because
this.
you spent 60 million on Solanke, you can't really bench him, so you do just need a supplement. So I don't think I don't rate Jonathan David high like that. But you need to save money on the backup striker and spend on the starting wingers.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
and starting midfielders or starting
like are your sporting directors.
Yes.
Check this out.
We are your sporting directors.
Check this out. Yeah, Jonathan David, I don't like. It's a personal opinion. When I've watched him play, he doesn't move me. He doesn't. The way we play, the way we play, the requirement of our striker, he doesn't tick the boxes. He doesn't fit those boxes, but yet you're saying go and buy him. This is exactly the type of transfer that has led to Tottenham having these botched squads in years gone by. And you lot are saying go sign him. Why?
The only
you need a striker. Why are you signing him, Matisse?
Okay, listen. Okay, shush.
Hold on a second.
I think he's shit. Yeah, I think he's shit. Yeah.
Hold on.
Listen, I am trolling. No, I am trolling because I think he's shit.
Don't bring my club into
because you said Colomwani on a loan. I'm thinking I don't see much difference in Colomwani and Jonathan David.
I do. Do you know why? Do you know why? Do you know I see a difference? Do you know I see a difference? Because I think Colomwani, he's stronger physically. He will cause. I think Colomwani in open play will cause more damage to an opposition's back line than Jonathan David.
Okay, fair.
And Colomwani is only going to be there for 4 months. And I don't even think we're going to sign him because Man United are in the picture. Spurs aren't going to pay Colomwani's wages. So he's probably not going to sign Tottenham.
What does he make? Let me check. What does he make?
About 180 euros.
Right, well, then let's not even waste our time with this conversation. You're not paying those wages. You're not paying those wages.
75,000 euros. I think.
Yeah, so let's leave it. Tottenham are not paying that.
So this is what it is. And now we got Liverpool. We got Liverpool on Wednesday.
Well,
that's going to be.
Look, it's the least of our important games. But what kind of team lineup do you think, realistically, like?
Do you know what's crazy? GRIZZ has asked me this 3 weeks in a trot, and I'm gonna give you the same answer. The same team you saw against Newcastle.
Why are you?
The same team you saw against Liverpool is the same team that's gonna play because we have nobody else. We don't have anyone else. In fact, tell a lie. We might have Mikey Moore and Richarlison back, so that's a plus. We got the new goalkeeper that we signed.
That's why you got 2 suspensions.
Kinsey, yeah, no Madison, no Sarr. No Madison, no Sarr. Obviously, the centre backs are still injured. It might be Son or Mikey Moore.
Remember? Come on, let's go over that side.
Play more. You have to play more.
Son or Mikey Moore, innit?
You have to play Mikey Moore. Mikey Moore, you got to play Mikey Moore.
Son or Mikey Moore.
Yeah, that would make sense. Someone to get at him. One super chat on Tottenham, I believe. This one from Sports Genius came in very, very early into the show. TOBS seemed like Spurs fans never gave Nuno a shot. Should Spurs have been patient? He has Forest hungry for those Champions League places. Literally just touched in on that. If there was one manager you would it have been Emery? If there's one manager you look at in the last 3 years that has made a move to a club maybe at a similar sort of level, would it be Emery, or is there no manager that you've looked at and think or thought, oh shit, we should have got him?
So sorry, I didn't get the question. What's the question?
Is there any manager you've seen in the last few years that you would have got, that you've liked the trajectory they've formed at the club they've joined, that you would take now and or would have taken at the time?
Probably, but I would have taken Thomas Tuchel before he joined Chelsea. I wanted Thomas Tuchel before he joined Chelsea. When I was saying sack Jose from January, I would have happily taken Thomas Tuchel. Obviously, he joined Chelsea, so I don't want anything to do with Thomas Tuchel anymore. But that's a manager.
He doesn't want nothing to do with you either. Don't worry about it.
That's a manager that I would have taken at Tottenham. I like, but yeah, I'm sure there's more. There's more managers.
Yeah.
GRIZZ's
head's gonna explode.
So many managers, he's turned them away, but now look, he's coming back.
To be fair, I never turned down Onslaught. I said I wanted him at Tottenham. Onslaught, I wanted him at Tottenham. Oh, I wanted him at Tottenham. Sorry. This whole Nuno thing, it's like, why can't just praise him? Like, praise him for the work he's done at Nottingham Forest, because he's done a phenomenal job this season, and he did a phenomenal job at Wolves, right? Yeah. Because he's got some level of pedigree as a manager. But some managers, and Carragher said the same thing that I said 3-4 years ago, he's a bad fit for Tottenham. Right, some managers they just aren't good fits for those clubs. You can tell, like it's like Emery at Arsenal. Like I know Arsenal fans will say you could have given him more time, but you could tell, man. Come on, doesn't fit Arsenal. Doesn't fit Arsenal.
Right? I understand it to an extent.
So like it's just the reality. David Moyes at Man United, it's not a fit.
No,
it's not the right fit. Some managers they just don't fit clubs. It doesn't mean that the manager's terrible, but if they perform terribly, why would I then say, oh my God, we should have given him more time? No, he didn't have the minerals to manage Spurs at that point in time. He didn't.
Yeah.
Cool. Free to go, and these are all random, so I'm going to get them in now. Elias says, Grizz, please remind them who's top of the league. Don't know why Matisse is so obsessed with Trent. Rest, brother. And OZ says, panel, you're not real. Injuries are the main issues. When Liverpool get theirs, watch. See Tottenham. What injuries can do. All blame on Arteta is premature, please.
Imagine.
Wow. I think if your attack was free flowing all season before the injuries, we could cut you some slack, but you have.
What are you doing? Calf raises while you're fucking on the show or something? Yeah. The fuck is going on? He's exercising.
Bro, we're nearly 2 hours in, innit?
Say no more. I just see him go like that. Mohammed says Premier League clubs missed a trick on Conceição early days, but good start in Milan. I think that's underrated for sure.
So your guy, Grizz.
One is, you know what, Amorim, because we were linked with him as well. We were linked with him before.
Yeah.
That's one I would have liked at Tottenham as well. Him and Onslaught I would have liked.
100%. Toby knows ball.
Last one from Taylor saying, will there be more watch-alongs for the cup games? Not this season. This season we're focusing on Big Six Premier League fixtures, potentially one for the future, but we've also got other plans too. So we've got to make it work. It's got to make sense. But Mob will be covering all Big Six games moving forward for many seasons to come. So make sure you're subscribed, people. And on that note, I think that is it. Aside from the table and how it's looking, SAEED with another correct score alongside Steve. They both got 4 points this week.
Fucking hell, SAEED is gone. Oh my days.
Don't play with me, man. I told you,
don't play with me, yo.
I'm a point behind TOBS.
I've been so bad.
Enough, and that's it, man.
I'm in the pits of hell.
I might as well just take little 20 minutes.
I want it known, yeah.
I might as well start 8:30 the show. You know what I'm saying?
I want it known, yeah.
Yeah,
SAEED.
If SAEED gets
12.
If SAEED gets to keep his prize money, what's that thing that Mo Salah said? There will be fire.
There will be fire.
If SAEED wins this and gets to keep his prize money, there will be fire.
Saeed, don't worry, man. Don't worry. I got you, bro. Saeed's
I don't
top.
see how anyone covers him. I don't see how anyone catches him now. I'm not gonna lie.
12
but
correct
it'd be
scores.
like Liverpool this week.
There's still a lot to play for, man. One free
it's
correct
not,
score week brings anyone back in it.
Yeah,
12
true.
correct scores is ridiculous, though.
It's
You need to-
crazy. He's
Yes,
gotten clear.
You need to fucking chill.
Can we just like
Yeah.
switch our positions and I would sacrifice this man.
Be back in the top 4. Just for
top 4, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
just for the people that are not watching, Saeed's top 12 correct scores on 80 points. I'm in second with 8 correct scores on 71. Steve's also on 71 with 7 correct scores. Tobes on 6 correct scores, 65 points. Grizz with 4 correct scores, 64 points. And Matisse, 8 correct scores, 63 points. But there's a deduction in there as well that hopefully makes it make
You know,
sense.
it's-
For people.
the thing
Wait,
is,
wait, so
right,
where would I be without that?
I respect
deduction?
Saeed. I respect Saeed. He's my bro. Now, big up Saeed. I respect him, innit? But when
You'd be
people start
fourth.
saying Saeed's ball knowledge, you know what I mean? X, Y, Z, man.
yeah, I mean, sometimes respect me, innit? You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes, you know.
It
Not all the
is
time.
mad.
Sometimes.
It is mad.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Oh shit, yeah, man did say switch positions. It's all crazy. But on that note, people, we will call it a night. Hopefully you've enjoyed. We're back again on Thursday, usual time. So make sure you're there. I don't believe there's no
There's no games.
No games. So we'll be the 8 p.m. people. So make sure you're there. Obviously earlier than usual. Love for the love as always. We're back Thursday. A lot of football in between. We're there to talk about what semi-finals, Newcastle, Arsenal, Tottenham, Liverpool, and then a big game week 21. No, FA Cup weekend. Yeah, FA Cup weekend. Right. The fixtures are coming thick and fast. But yeah, love for the love, people. Support the individual channel. Show some love. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the notification bell. And we're at people. Peace.